train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, oh,
All right, we don't need to waste any more time, but more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well because the Club World Cup draw, FIFA Club World Cup draw, is already on the way. We don't want to miss anything, so we will be following it. Once we're done, once the draw is done, and we have got it there where you can say our group. We'll talk about our group, and then we'll talk about our game. That excellent performance from our boys yesterday. But before that, Namaya, I see you. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you joining. So without wasting much of your time, we will start following the Club World Cup draw, so we don't miss anything. We want you to be up to date. Give me 1 second here. I have to go to the presentation window. Yep, there you go. Yep, and meanwhile, as it continues, if you have any questions, yeah, we can have a good conversation while we wait to see how the Club World Cup draw goes. So thank you, and thank you so much. And that's the new Club World Cup logo, courtesy of FIFA.com. New Club World Cup trophy. It has a key. When if you unlocked, usually again at first it was displaying flat. It wasn't. It doesn't have depth as shown on the screen until a key was slotted and turned by Infantino. That's when we see the depth showing. Some things he explained. I can't quite remember all of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome on stage Ivanka Trump and her son Theo. Please join Gloria and Ivanka.
Welcome to Miami. Hello.
Yes. Theo, with the soccer ball.
Okay, the daughter of the incoming president, the daughter of President, the man who will become the next president of the United States, Ivanka Trump, is on stage with his son. They're being called to walk onto the stage, but I think that was Alexandra De Piero.
And draw the first ball and the first team of the FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Give it a nice move around first. Move all the balls. Yes. And then pick the one that you want.
S.E. Palmeiras.
Palmeiras. It's a good thing. I think Estevao, I've heard that not a report suggesting that Palmeiras wants Estevao willing to represent him and represent them, and Chelsea also wants him to be with us in that competition. But we'll see what happens.
A in position A1. But first, before continue, let's thank you, Ivanka and Tia, for your help to join us, and I hope you're going to enjoy the show. So, Gloria, now is everything on you, and it's time to draw the second club from pot one.
Give it a little stir first.
Yes.
Nothing up my sleeve. Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay.
The record 12-time French champions reached the UEFA Champions League semi-finals twice in the last four campaigns, meaning they were the second highest ranked European club to qualify via the ranking pathway for this competition.
We have no constraint for this, Joe. So
Big up to you, Tim Abbas. Super happy with Chelsea winning against Southampton. It was a dominant win. The start was a bit scary, though, I have to be honest. I hope you're following the Club World Cup draw. I'm following it to see, where we end up. What teams will be in the same group as us?
CA River Plate.
Okay. River Plate, Argentina.
After Argentina's CA River Plate made some big money signings in the early 1930s, the four-time South American champions, and a nickname that stuck to this day, Los Millonarios, the millionaires.
CONMEBOL seed 2 and 3 need to be in a different quarters. So this is one of our constraints, and the other one is applied to other teams yet to be drawn. So River Plate, we go in position E1 in Group E.
Oh, okay. How's school going?
And now,
The final ball.
again, Gloria.
You're watching Home Alone when you're tired.
5 more.
Yes. I know.
I know Home Alone, Kevin, and I think Kevin. I think there are too many versions of it. Okay, Group A, Palmeiras. Seeded for Group 1, seeded for Group 2, Paris Saint-Germain, seeded for Group E, River Plate of Argentina.
Wait over 120 years until 2023 to finally see their club champions of South America.
CONMEBOL seed 3 and 4 need to be in opposite brackets. This is one of the two constraints. The other one is applied to the other teams yet to be drawn. So Fluminense, we will join Group F in position F1.
Okay.
And now we go. Gloria, again.
Again.
There are 8 groups.
Manchester City.
Okay, Manchester City.
Manchester City became the first English club to simultaneously hold the Premier League, FA Cup, UEFA Champions League, UEFA Super Cup, and the FIFA Club World titles in 2023.
We have constraint as well
Oh, do it.
on this draw. Yes, UEFA seed 1 and CONMEBOL seed 2 need to be in a different quarters, and UEFA seed 1 and 4 need to be in a different quarters as well. So Manchester City will join Group G in position G1. And Gloria, again, to you.
Okay, G1, Manchester City.
CR Flamengo.
The three-time South American champions play their home games in Rio de Janeiro.
Brazilian side, Flamengo.
Which has staged 2 FIFA World Cup finals.
We have a constraint here as well. So CONMEBOL seed 1 and 2 need to be in opposite.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah, I know. Let's talk. Let me not highlight it on the screen again. We're talking football here.
second last for you, Gloria.
I'm going to close my eyes for this one. Ooh, this one was tight. Real Madrid, CF.
Yep. H1 Real Madrid.
Reigning European Champions trophy cabinet is very well stocked with 36 Spanish La Liga titles, 15 European crowns, and 5 FIFA Club World Cups, the most of any side in history.
So we have the constraint here as well. So UEFA seed 1 and 2 need to be in opposite brackets. Real Madrid will
Alexander De Piero. What a player he was.
And the last one,
We
Gloria.
can guess this.
Yeah, I like that song, but we're going to talk football here, please. I don't want to highlight that. So Real Madrid, Group A1, Palmeiras, B1, Paris Saint-Germain, Group D1, Flamengo, Group E, River Plate, E1, River Plate, Group F1, Fluminense, I think that's how you pronounce it. Group G1, Manchester City, Group H1, Real Madrid. So Group C1, who's that going to be?
Will take place in the last group available.
Bayern Munich, C1.
That concludes the draw from pot 1. Thank you very much, Gloria. Sam?
That's from pot 1. So let's see where we'd fall into. What part are we actually into? Why did I know? Did I miss that?
Let's move swiftly on to pot 2.
Yes, there is the remaining 8 European clubs.
What part are we in?
Find out who they will play in the group stage.
Okay, part 2, Chelsea. We're in part 2. Why are they showing Kai Havertz for Chelsea? Come on, man. Lewis is going to lose it. Lewis is going to lose it. Why are they showing Kai Havertz for Chelsea? Now he's going to feel like a god right now. FC Porto. Samu Omar Dion. Yeah, why are they showing Kai Havertz for Chelsea? Probably because, the calculations that led to us being part of it. Yeah, he scored that goal in that Champions League final. So, I'm guessing. Juventus. Salzburg, Germany. Okay, part 2, Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund, and the names mentioned. Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan.
Now, Teofilo,
Okay.
I'm sure you will do the same. Please draw the first club from pot 2.
FC Porto.
The Dragons were the first official champions of Portugal all the way back in 1922, the same year one of their players, Sisu, created the club badge.
We have no constraint for FC Porto that will join Palmeiras in Group A. Let's go to Andres and Anna to confirm their position. With drawing the blue ball, please.
Yes, okay, so now the party starts. So please, Maxi, hacenos el favor. Por favor, saca la bola azul. Blue ball, please, just to confirm the position of Porto in Group A.
Okay, Porto goes to the same group, Group A. A2 is Porto. Okay, so now the Group A has Palmeiras and FC Porto.
Portuguese and Brazilian football. Well, an opening match for Group A. Ale, back to you.
And they're going to play the opening match for Group A. Okay.
Please, Teofilo, go ahead. Picking the second team.
Chelsea FC.
Okay, Chelsea FC. So what group are we going to go into?
Of more than 20 major trophies since the turn of the millennium, including the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup.
And with the
We have a huge constraint here. A lot is going on. So,
Everything's all the constraints.
yes. Two UEFA seed 1 and 8 can be in the same group, Paris Saint-Germain and Chelsea, and two UEFA seed 1 and 8 can be in the same group, FC Bayern and Munich and Chelsea as well. So we're going to skip Group B and C, and Chelsea is going to be in Group D. To find out their position, we go back to Ana Andres.
Did you say Group D?
Grazie, Alessandro, and what fitting honor that Chelsea will know who they play in the hands of Mr. Arsene Wenger.
Wenger to select who will play.
D3.
Okay, will be D3,
And Chelsea
the same group as Flamingo.
wait to know who they will play in their opening match of this FIFA Club World Cup 2025 here in the United States. Momentum is building. We're going back to the main studio.
Thank you, Andres. So Teofilo, you again. 3 goals to take.
So we're in Group D with Flamingo. Not bad so far. I'm trying to find live updates. Yeah, I don't want to show something on the screen that's gonna cause a lot of problems. There, I want something free.
The 11 times.
So we're in the same group as Flamingo right now. Big up to you too, Coach. Heard Asamino coming to Chelsea in January. It makes sense. Big up to you too, GFC. Got it. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding time to join the show, my bro. I'm not sure what happened to the Nightbot commands. It doesn't listen anymore, so I'll try and fix it. But you can share the link to your YouTube channel so people can go check it out.
Yes. Now be careful because Maxi is right next to you. So he's already looking at you like weird.
Okay.
Please help us Carlota with the blue ball.
B2.
Here we have it, opening match of Group B. Mr. Wenger, Paris Saint-Germain against Atletico de Madrid, two powerhouses that keep playing each other.
Atletico Madrid, the same group as Group B. So Atletico Madrid is in Group B2. Yep. That's still, in my opinion, the strongest group so far.
¿Qué te parece, Maxi?
Complicado, pero confío en mi equipo, el Atlético, que lo va a hacer bien, con muchas ganas.
Complicated but confidence that Atletico de Madrid will do a good job. Alessandro.
A huge game. Please, Teofilo, let's go ahead. Pick the next team.
Yeah, the strongest group so far, except if that changes.
The two-time European
Group B is the strongest so far,
champions
except if that changes.
in a pharmacy in February 1904 in the Portuguese capital, Lisbon.
So we have no constraint for Benfica that we will join Bayern Munich in Group C. To find out their position, we go again to Ana and Andres.
Please, Judy, help us to confirm in which position will Benfica be in Group C.
I'm looking for live updates that I can show on the screen without getting into trouble.
C4.
C4, that means that Bayern Munich will play Benfica in their last match, Group C, to determine perhaps who advances to the next round. Yuri, two very historic European clubs against each other.
Very interesting. We are
Let me see if this Yahoo link will work.
in Europe are here to show
Draw live updates. Even FIFA doesn't have something that I can bring up. This is just I want.
Yes, and I'm going to Teofilo again to pick another team.
I'm gonna
FC Internazionale Milano.
Inter Milan to what group?
The 2010 FIFA Club World Cup winners' iconic crest and distinctive blue and black colours were devised by the artist Giorgio Mugiani, who helped found the Italian club in 1908.
We have no constraint for Internazionale Milano, and they will join Group E with River Plate, but we need to find out which.
Yeah, the strongest group so far, Group B, Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid in the same group. That's huge.
Nice the world. So we've had some cold weather this week in Miami, but the tension is bringing back the heat.
Yes.
Atención, River. E4. So Inter Milano is with River Plate. River Plate being represented by its president and former legend Enzo Francesco Ripupi Zanetti in attendance as well. Historic players for their country and their clubs. What a game that will be. River Inter, last match of Group E, perhaps to go through.
Yeah, to define who's the group leader, Alessandro.
Inter. Who's in?
As you said, Inter Milan, they are doing very well in the past year and this Euros in the league. So I'm going to wish them to have a very good tournament and to wish them to reach the success in this tournament also.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. An Argentinian team against an Italian, history in itself. Alessandro.
Yes, thank you guys. Now again to you, Teofilo. Please show the next team.
Borussia Dortmund.
The yellow and blacks reached the UEFA Champions League final last season, and the five-team German Bundesliga title winners are the top of the world largest sporting clubs with over 200,000 members.
We have no concern for Borussia Dortmund that we will join Group F with Fluminense. We just need to find out in which position. We can go back to Anna and Andres.
Okay, Hussein, please do the honors.
As we can see, they have the same color of Borussia Dortmund.
All right, as you're watching, be sure that you're dropping a like on the video. We will discuss Chelsea's mauling, if you want to, of Southampton on their own carpet. If you prefer St. Mary's, we'll get there in a bit, but we have to follow this to see what are teams that will be playing in the group stages of the Club World Cup in 2025, to be more specific. So the same group, Group F, has a Fluminense and then Borussia Dortmund. Again, the strongest group so far is B, with Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid.
Teofilo, to you again.
Juventus FC.
Juventus means youth in Latin and was chosen as the name of their new club by the well-educated teenage schoolboys who founded it in Turin, Italy in November 1897. But you already knew that, didn't you?
Kind of. Yeah. So we have no constraint. Juventus will join Manchester City in Group G. We need to know their position, so we go back to Andres.
We need the Colombian flavor to draw that ball. Isabella. That's a spirit.
G4.
What a matchup to finish the Group G. Manchester City against.
Okay, another strong group there. Manchester City, the same group as Juventus, so that's strong. So it's now there's an argument with regards to which group is currently the strongest, given that Paris Saint-Germain is in the same group as what group is that again? Manchester City is the same group as Juventus. That's a very strong group. Wenger. The way he speaks makes me laugh.
Assessment of this matchup that will finish in the third match day of Group G, Alessandro.
Pretty exciting. So we go now back to Teofilo for the last pick, and who's gonna join Real Madrid in Group H. Please, Teofilo, go ahead.
Yeah, Group B is strong. Paris Saint-Germain, Atletico Madrid so far. Group G, Manchester City and Juventus so far. So those two groups are very strong. And yeah, it's up to you to pick which of the two groups is the stronger so far. Two more teams to complete each of the groups, but they both have you can say they have four of the strongest teams in the competition.
So Group H for Salzburg, we need to know which position they will take place. Ana, Andres.
Grazie Manolo. Está el Real Madrid.
Ya hay guerra acá.
Let's see.
H4.
H4, who goes to H4?
Real Madrid will finish their group participation.
Salzburg.
against
Yeah,
FC.
already an easy group for Real Madrid. Salzburg, I don't think can compete against them. But two more teams to complete that group. Let's see if they get any stronger teams. And I should know what teams are left.
Play against a big team as a match. You don't have to have fear. You're always playing and do your best. And that's a very interesting group.
Back to you, Alessandro. Now we have 2 pots concluded.
Where did I keep my pen?
Thank you, Theophil. Wonderful job. I suppose it's the perfect time for the halfway point. So the draw in the draw, so it feels like perhaps a halfway break. Now, a tournament like this deserves a fitting stage, and the United States will definitely provide that. These are the 11 host cities for the FIFA Club World Cup 2020.
I wish I still live in Jersey. Yes, one of the host cities is New Jersey. So let's pay attention to all of them one by one. Beautiful. Philadelphia.
In Atlanta, that's too good.
Right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, you're going to love this, bro. Oh my God.
Nashville, Tennessee.
So I'll see you this summer in Seattle at Lumen Field.
In Seattle.
FIFA Club World Cup coming
Fat Joe, Orlando, Florida. Will Farrell. Why is Farrell looking like that? Los Angeles. Of course, Los Angeles. Yeah. Washington, D.C. Who is that? Nick Lackey. How do you pronounce his last name again? Cincinnati, Ohio. Miami, DJ Khalid. Hugh Jackman, New Jersey. I wish I still lived there. All good places.
We all agree it's going to be quite a summer of football. Right, I hope you're all feeling very refreshed and ready for the second half. Are you ready?
So let me see where Chelsea will be playing.
Adriana, are you ready? On to pot 3, where we have 8 more clubs full of history. Let's find out who they are first.
In pot 3, Al Hilal. Ulsan. It sounds like a Japanese club. Al Ali. Okay. Wydad AC. Where's that club from? Let me just say their names and not try to figure out where they're from. CF Monterrey. Okay. Club Leon. Leon. What? Boca Juniors, Argentina. Botafogo. Okay. What country? I don't know. Let's see.
So, Adriana, please step forward.
So far, another bad group for us. We have Flamingo and Chelsea in that group. The top groups so far: Group A, PSG, Atletico Madrid, and where's the other group? Juventus, Manchester City, Group G. So for us, good group so far. Nothing. I mean, from the teams we have there so far, yeah, I think we're lucky. Botafogo. What? Where are they from?
The idea to form Brazil's freshly crowned South American champions first made in a note passed between two friends during an algebra class, of all things, at Rio de Janeiro School in 1904.
So we have a constraint.
Oh, it sounds like it's a Brazilian club.
Is in the same confederation as Palmeiras, CONMEBOL. So we skip Group A and we go to Group B. We need to find out their position and confirm their position. We go to Andres and Anna to draw the red ball.
Yeah. Now that group is starting to give me the chills.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be the group of death. Let's confirm, Carlota, please.
Carlota, la bola roja. B3.
You have a confirmation, Botafogo, Fogao, El Glorioso.
So for Group B now, it is Paris Saint-Germain, Atletico Madrid, and Botafogo. So far, that group, the favorites are Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico de Madrid.
Sí, tuvo un año muy bueno y lo demostró en la Copa Libertadores. Lo que viene haciendo y bueno, lo va a querer seguir demostrando en el Mundial de Clubes, de llegar a lo más lejos.
They had a very good year and they demonstrated that in the final, and now, of course, they will want to do the same, going as far as possible in the FIFA Club World Cup 2025. Back to you, Pintuit, go.
Well, not bad. Not bad. Definitely. And Adriana, you pick already the Brazilian one, so we already have out all the Brazilian teams. So please go ahead to pick the second team. Thank you.
Al Ahly FC.
Al Ahly FC, Saudi Arabian side. And while you're watching, if you have any questions, go ahead, drop it, and I'll try to address it if I can. If I cannot, I'll pretend I don't see your question. So Al Ahly goes to what group?
We have no constraints, so Al Ahly will join Palmeiras and Porto in Group A.
Okay, Al Ahly goes to Group A. Group A still is a Porto, the huge favorites there. If they have Palmeiras, Porto, and Al Ahly, then Porto is definitely definitely the group's favorite. Constantine Dantu, the captain of the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I do hope you are doing well. We want to get through the FIFA Club World Cup draw before we get into the match review exercise. But so far, we're in the same group as where's that group again? I need to write it down. One second here. Oh my goodness. So far, we're in the same group as Flamingo. I think that's running. Yep, that's Fluminense.
CA Boca Juniors.
The badge of Argentine club CA.
Strongest group so far, Group B, Paris Saint-Germain, Atletico Madrid, and where's the other group with Juventus and Manchester City.
We have no constraint for Boca Junior that we join Bayern Munich and Benfica in Group C.
Okay, Boca Juniors will go Group C with Bayern Munich and Benfica. Okay.
Ana Andres, let us know, please.
We inhale.
Yuri,
Exhale.
Yes.
un saludo a Juan Román Riquelme, nuestro presidente, Cassini, Chelo Delgado, legends of our club.
Grande giocatore.
Grande, grandissimo giocatore, grande squadra.
Ale. You good?
Yeah. It's okay, it's okay.
Pressure on the ball.
Yes. There.
Always to take your time for the big club and big game. C3.
C3, Boca will open against Benfica. Will also play Bayern Munich. Those.
Yeah, Bayern the overwhelming favorite because in that group of the three teams so far,
Played against Bayern Munich.
Bayern, Boca Juniors, and Benfica. So Bayern's still the favorite there, except I don't think any other team comes in there and changes that the dynamics of the group. So Bayern, Bayern the overwhelming favorite for Group C.
Thank you, Andres. I'm impressed all the time. Andres, you know everything.
He's a walking encyclopedia, and I love the energy that you guys have gotten at the studio. They're really bringing the 305. So, Adriana, if you'd just like to step forward and take the next ball.
Club Leon.
It was victory against LFC in the 2023 CONCACAF Champions Cup final that secured not only Club Leon's first continental crown, but also the Mexican side's place at the tournament.
Okay, Club Leon is a Mexican team. I was asking already. Okay, what club is Club Leon?
And which one of these two teams they're gonna play their first game, Ana Andres?
Please, mister.
Arsene Wenger.
D4.
D4, that means Leon will play the opening match against
Yeah.
Chelsea.
What an easy group for us. I don't know who else that would come in it that would change the fact that Chelsea are the favorites in that group to make it out of that group. To top the group really. So we have Club Leon, the Mexican side, but usually Mexican sides are very difficult to play against because they play good football and they have good players, although you might not know any of them. But Club America gives you an example of the sort of teams they have in Mexico. Very difficult to play against, in my opinion. So we have Club Leon. So one more team there. So a very good group for us so far.
CF Monterrey.
CF Monterrey. I don't know.
CONCACAF Champions Cup winners are
Tell me more about them.
All the striped ones in reference to the Mexican club's traditional navy blue and white striped shirt.
There's no constraint for Monterrey that will join River Plate and Internazionale Milano in Group E. Let's find out the first game with you, Ana and Andres.
Yes, now we have an Argentinian. Now They have Mexican, but sorry, Manuel, I know you want to draw this ball, but please, Bikina, do the honors.
Don't mind if I do.
E3.
E3, Monterrey will play Inter Milano in the first match. A nice storyline.
Group E, Inter Milan, the favorite, really, because they have CF Monterrey, they have River Plate, but one more team. I don't see how that changes. I don't see anything that happens there that changes whether Inter changes. You can say Inter will definitely make it out of that group.
Bayern Munich in Europe, played in River, and he gets River and Inter Milano for his Monterrey.
You see why he's the captain. He's giving you your spanner back with a serious warning. I mean, in a polite way, behave yourself. Don't, you can say we trusted you to make you a moderator in the first place, but to an extent you abused it. Honestly. All right, let me concentrate, please. I want to get this done so we can get to the match review exercise. Ulsan.
Ulsan HD have won the AFC Champions League Elite twice and have been crowned champions of their country 5 times.
We have no
HD Ulsan from what country, really?
Dortmund in Group F. We found out the position, so back to you, Ana Andres.
Seen your turn. A Moroccan hand.
Let's go.
Oh, Moroccan champions. Okay. Was that what he said?
We don't know yet. That's what we're gonna play. The first game. So it will be F3.
And now we know Ulsan of the Republic of Korea will open against Borussia Dortmund. Ulsan is the second youngest team in this competition, and who can forget the memories of the World Cup 2002, South Korea, Japan.
Yes, Alessandro.
Thank you very much, guys, again. And Adriana, please go ahead with the next team.
Wydad AC.
The 2022 African Champions name actually translates into English as beloved, which is appropriate.
Without AC?
Successful club.
We have no constraint also for Wydad that will join Juventus and Manchester City.
Big up, Dante. As you can see, I'm sounding very exhausted because we've started
Coach. Yeah, he's been very exhausted indeed.
Yeah.
You good?
My office will still be left alone until around the 16th, 17th. Then I'll close it for maybe a week plus. I don't know.
Big up everyone in the chat as well. That's
How you
good,
doing,
Coach. So, what group are we in? I haven't looked at all.
We're in
yet.
Group D. I hope I'm not misrepresenting it. One of the easiest groups so far because we have Flamingo, Club Leon. I'm not sure. Club Leon, the Mexican side, they call them.
Oh, the Mexican side. Yeah. Oh, they're pretty tough.
But they're usually tough.
Yeah, they play tough football. Yeah. That's fine. That's good. So this is one more European team.
No European team in our group so far.
That's what I mean. Does there have to be one more?
I think there should be one more. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think so. Would be.
It should be 4 per group at least.
Hopefully, it's a team from Australia. That'll be nice.
I mean, I want it to be a bit tougher.
Exactly. Yeah. Look, it's going to be very tough in the playoff stages. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be only really good teams there. So
yeah.
And
Mabas, quickly, I hate syrup. I hate pancakes and syrups. Let me make it clear to you. I don't like anything sugar. Who we got in our group? We got Club Leon and Flamingo, the Brazilian side. Is it Flamingo? I think that's Flamingo, not Fluminense.
Yeah, Flamengo.
Yeah.
Al Hilal will join Real Madrid and Salzburg in the last.
So the toughest group there, Group B, which has Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid, and the other group, the Man City group, which has not the Man City, which have Juventus. Two top, you could say, two European giants in one group.
Yep. And they'll probably.
I
both
hated
will
it.
probably qualify,
Yeah,
so.
go ahead.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because they both will qualify. And like I said, in that second stage, there won't be many teams, especially the third stage, there won't be many weak teams. It's going to be all heavyweights, basically.
Mm-hmm. Not that Leon. This Leon is spelled Leon. It's a Mexican side, not Olympique de Leon. Or how do you say it actually?
Yeah, CF America Leon. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Mabas. But let's talk football, bro. Good group. Very easy group.
Well, one more to go.
Okay, you're listening to it?
I can hear a little bit. Yeah.
No, not that Leon. Yeah, not that Leon. Mexican side, you could say they're a big team. You could say compared to where they play.
Yeah, they're a massive team in Mexico. You know, big crowds. They're a big club. They're one of the big clubs there. So yeah, they get a lot of support, and it's pretty hostile there too. So it's not. Yeah, it's pretty. Their fans.
Football. I mean, it's a culture.
Yeah, it's a culture, but the fans will be in the stadium. They're going to be everywhere, and don't be surprised in that one. They're going to see a lot of violence. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
in the stands and outside the stadium.
Oh, is this Mamelodi Sundown of South Africa? I know that this looks like it's African groups, teams.
Oh, so then we should get an African team.
I think it's mixed. It's mixed.
Yeah. So there has to be an African team.
Yeah, Seattle Sounders USA, Mamelodi Sundown South Africa. The other one looks like a US team too. Auckland City FC. Wow.
Yeah, that's US New Zealand. Team.
Yeah. Oh, New Zealand.
Yes.
Inter Miami, Florida here with Leo Messi. In Port 4. Okay, in Port 4 they have Red Diamond. Okay.
The Red Diamonds, that's Japanese.
Japanese team?
Yes.
Is that Bruno Mars?
Yeah, good teams. They got like 3 or 4 Brazilians always.
Yeah, is that Bruno? Okay, Romero Brito. I thought that was Bruno Mars. I was like, what the heck is he doing there? He looks like Bruno Mars from afar. Inter Miami CF. I want them in our group.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be a good watch.
Yeah.
At least entertaining.
And Florida isn't that
there's going to be a lot of eyes on that game as well, which will be great.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. Inter Miami will be perfect. It'll be like a blockbuster event for them, and it'll be packed, and it'll be televised probably prime time, and that'll be nice. That'll be good to watch.
With the first winners of Club World Cup, this is massive. Are we really the first winners of Club World Cup? No.
Okay, opening match.
June 15th, Jorge Mas now knows the future of Inter Miami. What a great story this team has.
So Inter Miami goes to Group A. Porto the favorite, clearly. Or maybe if Palmeiras, let me not disrespect them. They're a very good side. But let's say the favorites in that group are Porto and Palmeiras.
So we're gonna see a Messi against.
Dante, did we hear that Estevao William will play for Chelsea, or Palmeiras want him? They want him to represent them.
Yeah,
in the
they
competition,
do.
But we said no, right?
I think it's still ongoing. To be honest, I don't think there hasn't been a solid yes. It's been sort of a yes and no.
Yeah, no, we're not the first winners. Go ahead.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. They definitely want him. They said, and we said maybe. We didn't say no or yes, 100%. So they're probably still discussing it. Who knows?
Or maybe it depends on the player. Maybe that would be how he bows out.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, maybe.
Yes. Thank you, guys. So please, Romero.
But Chelsea will want him. He definitely wouldn't want him to go to that tournament
He's
and get
such a
injured.
fine player. Did you see his
Because
goal yesterday?
yeah, I saw the free kick. Yeah, yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Group A, too easy. Indeed. Too easy. Yep, I agree. Imagine Mamelodi Sundown FC in our group. They're difficult to play against if you don't know.
The New Zealand side have won the OXC Champions League 12 times, including
Yeah. Big up Ty, big up, nice to see you, bro. I'm not sure what's happening to Nightbot. I'm gonna try and find something else to use.
Big up tight.
And we join Group C in position C2. But to confirm their position, we go back to you, Anna.
Easy group for Bayern.
Oof, Ale, I
But
would
Boca Juniors, they're not an easy side. Benfica isn't that easy too.
No,
Not
that's not
easy
easy.
group.
Not
Yeah,
easy at all.
not easy. Yeah,
Not in the first phase. No.
yeah. Boca Junior, they're never an easy side to play against. Because they good, a lot of good players.
All mature players. They've only got a couple of youngsters. They're all mature, old,
Yeah,
strong, savvy. Yeah, they do all the tactics, the dirty tactics, and everything. So yeah, they're a tough opposition. But yeah, they should have too much quality. Bayern Munich, to be honest, they should have more quality than that.
Bayern Munich will open
my goodness. So the only you can say not that easy for Bayern.
and Benfica, the player that has worn the jersey of
Wow.
Man City the most in the
Not an easy group for Bayern because Benfica won't be easy, and Boca Juniors won't be easy. Maybe Auckland City FC. Yeah.
Thank you again. So let's go forward, Romero, and select the third team.
The Piero said something. I don't know if a lot of people caught it. Were you paying attention?
No, sorry.
I think it was maybe I misheard it, but I'm gonna go listen to it again. He said something to the effect of, "Wow, another wave of immigrants." And if you understand the, you could say the
Which country?
audience,
For which country?
and the country we're in, and Ivanka Trump is there. I think Jared Kushner was mentioned, but I did see Ivanka. So the Peru, that's a cheeky joke right there.
Very cheeky. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I heard it. I'm gonna go listen to it again. So this is our group right now.
Where are the games, coach? Do you have any? Were you on Texas? There going to be anything there?
None, except for Florida. I
Oh,
think
okay.
2 places in Florida actually. But there's one in Jersey and Philadelphia. I just wish I still live there because
Why wouldn't they
access to
split
those
it
two
out?
places where they play those games. When I lived in Jersey, that's why I attended a lot of preseason games when I lived
The
in
Jet
Jersey.
Stadium.
Yeah, because it's just like this. The travel is like 15, 25 minutes from where I live at
Yeah,
most.
yeah.
Tunisian side, experience of Tunisia, very strong side too. I followed them quite a lot of the African Champions League. They're not going to be easy to play against. So not
No,
not
they're not that good,
necessarily
man.
an easy group for us because experience of Tunisia, they're very strong side. So that
No.
completes our group. Go ahead.
That's pretty easy, to be honest. Tunisia is not that
Experience of
strong.
Tunisia, you should know them. And
Yeah, I do know the
maybe
team, but they're not that good, coach. Against quality opposition, no, they're not. They'll struggle against us.
okay, we'll see. I hope so. But still, I'd still say it's an easy, winnable group for us.
That's a very easy group.
Yeah, not that tough. Could have been worse. After all, Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid are in the same group, and Juventus and Man City are in the same group.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get a team that was a little bit better, just to test a bit earlier, not to be too, too complacent
Mhm.
early. It would have been nice to have a team in there, something, a more mid team, something a bit better team. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, not a bad group. Group D, Flamingo, Club Lyon, Experience of Tunisia, and then Chelsea FC. So not a bad group at all. We'll make it out of the group, whether we top the group or not.
Do you know how often the games are in the group stage?
I'm not
Are they every
sure.
3 days, 2 days?
There's
Like,
a lot more information to learn from there.
yeah. because we're going to see a lot of rotation if that's the case.
Yeah. Mamelodi Sundown of South Africa goes to Group F with Fluminense, Borussia Dortmund, Usana HD, and then Mamelodi Sundown, of course. All right, I don't think there's anything else to look there. We have the teams in our group. Yep, I think that's it. We're gonna get into the match review exercise to discuss our performance against Southampton on their own carpet, on their turf, if you prefer. We did well. Again, I'm gonna say this quickly. When the game started, I was concerned that it was going to be a long day. I will not lie, because we made 7 changes, and there's one thing I dread in football is to make that many changes in the Premier League. And the start, we were shaky actually. A few minutes into the game, I thought maybe truly it was going to be a long day. But I think we dealt with the pressure we faced, because they did come at us. They didn't play as if they were. They didn't actually sit back. They attacked us, and it worked. Actually, we made a few mistakes and did find it difficult to play out from the back. But we weathered the pressure and then started playing. And from then on, we created tons and tons and tons of chances. But on the day, we weren't clinical, and we will look at the numbers to have a good idea of how you can say how bad we were in terms of putting away our chances. But before we get into looking at the numbers proper, I want to get Dante's opinion on our overall performance on that day. As good as it was, we weren't clinical, but I'll take the 5 goals. Could have been 10, and I'm quite sure we could have scored twice as much, but I'll take 5. It wasn't easy. After all, we scored the equalizer immediately, and at that time I was concerned really. But they showed character. They're maturing quicker than I expected, in my opinion. But Dante, let's hear your thoughts on the overall performance on the day.
Yep.
The positives and negatives before we get down to looking at the numbers and the player performances.
Yeah, like you said, they decided to what's his name? Russell Martin decided to change his middle name to Pochettino. So yeah, he decided to play that against us. And yeah, look, got caught off a little bit off guard. That's because we got caught off guard because we didn't follow the game plan. And Maresca said that in the press conference. But if we'd followed the game plan from the start after the first 15 minutes, we would have had no problem those 15 minutes. But after that, it was pretty easy sailing. As soon as I saw the rain come down as well, I knew it was over for them. Playing like that in the rain, it's a recipe for disaster. So in the end, we should have had a lot more goals, and I was waiting to score heaps more goals. Its goal difference is very important. It's going to be very important, I think, at the end of the season. So it's a shame we didn't score more. Look, we'd still take the 5, but I would have liked to have,
When you say that we could have scored twice as much,
easy, very easy.
Because the chances were so deliciously created, but weren't deliciously put away. Because the way we created the chances with ease, like this, boom, boom, another chance, next minute, another chance, the following minute, another chance, but we weren't just clinical. But just go ahead with what you're saying. Apologies for cutting you off.
Yeah, it's fine. You do it all the time. It's fine. Look, probably the disappointing thing was, not getting those extra goals and just how easy we took it in that second half. We went too easy. Madueke, just like the coach said, he just completely stopped. Basically, he started playing the old Madueke, and you got to give him his props. He had a very good first half. He did a lot more. He played a little better. That assist, not really.
While you're still on Madueke, Dante, would it be right to say that the manager is saying almost the same thing we're saying, that he does well and he feels like, he's on top of the world and that's it? That's my interpretation of what the manager said.
I can guarantee you he told him this in private, and he did it again during the game, and now he's made it public. Exactly what he did with Reece James about the captaincy, exactly the same. So now it's not just, in-house, only they know. Now everybody knows. And if Madueke, now that puts him under a lot of pressure. We'll see how he responds. But hopefully well, because he wasn't too bad, to be honest. But I knew he was going to be good. Once I saw Southampton, the way they're playing, well, that game was made for fast players, wingers, etc. He was always going to have a great game. But disappointing in that second half. Not just him, that tailed off and decided to start playing fancy and not finishing. And yeah, they were just a bit lazy, to be honest, after that second half. So Nkunku fluffed his chances again. He scored one nice goal, but fluffed his chances a couple. He didn't really, say, "Hey, look at me! I've put in a 5-star performance. Let's put some pressure on Jackson." That did not happen again, unfortunately. I was quite disappointed with his play. He played that well. I think if Southampton were low blocked, that would have been a bit different. But because the game was so open, doesn't really suit him quite that well. Yeah. So so very disappointing. He didn't take his chance. That's probably the other one. Yeah, those two. The rest had a very solid game. Everyone had a solid game. Palmer, again, for me, a little bit disappointing, a bit off as well. Got that goal, but that's a tap in, basically. Again, he didn't really show too much. He had a flash of pass here and there, but that's it. He wasn't that good after that, in my opinion. I just think they took a very easy second half. They took their foot off. Yeah, we wanted to keep more possession, but the attacking players really decided to start flicking and playing fancy and trying to finish fancy. Like I said, Madueke and Google, they all tried all this fancy stuff. And Felix as well. He had an amazing game, but again, what do we keep saying with Felix? Critical finishing. That last thing that he has to do, keep it simple and score. Again, he was trying to be a bit fancy, and he missed quite a few chances as well. So
you could argue he's been quite unlucky, really, but he's getting there. But Heston, even in those games where he missed those chances, he did everything else very well. Like his distribution, helping control the game, his vision to find you when you make a good run. There was that one delicious pass to Cole Palmer. I think he created 3 excellent chances. Actually, he will get there eventually. But go ahead, what you were saying.
He's got everything. We all know this, but that's what I mean. The one criticism why he hasn't lasted at Atletico, at Barcelona, it's that last ball. Again, he's trying to do something fancy, finishing fancy instead of finishing simple and getting goals. That last critical piece, he wants to turn back. He wants to make everything look like a show, yeah. And unfortunately, he's got this reputation because of it. But he's a very good player. Technically, probably the best player. Him and Palmer technically sound, amazing technique. So Maresca just needs to get that out of him. Get it a little bit more out of him. Try drill him with that 100%. Creation, he's a very good creator. But yeah, the problem is that last final ball again, and that finishing is just, like I said, it tries to be a bit too cute, too fancy.
Yeah, I think I found out the issue with Nightbot. I think it's a setting of the users that should be able to trigger it. So making some of them everyone means whoever triggers it, it answers. Some of them were specific to certain level of users like members and moderators. So now I figured that out, but I'll fix it. Thank you so much, Dante. I appreciate you. What else do we have here to look at here? But before we do that, let's hear from Ty, our group, Club World Cup group. What do you make of it before we get your thoughts on our overall performance on that day? I thought it was going to be a long day, really. And at the start of the game, I was a bit concerned, even though I was confident that we'll eventually win. But one thing that we got correct is that, we knew that we will eventually concede at least one goal, but we will win. But Dante, Ty, 2 things: the Club World Cup group, and also your thoughts on our team's overall performance against Southampton. Ty, I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear him, Dante.
No, can't hear him.
All right, Ty, we'll come back to you. Sorry?
Press those buttons, Ty.
He's not pressing it. So Dante, on the day, the highest rated player is your friend Noni Madueke. But maybe his thing about Chelsea fans, because he scored a goal and created a chance, that's it. He's a good player. And
Gusto was rated very high too. I think he was second, was he?
No, I'm saying Madueke, so to speak.
Madueke, look, he responded a little bit in that first half. I saw him trying to assist, get some crosses in, and he put some really good balls in.
And then he fizzled out.
But then he fizzled out. He scored that goal, that assist. For me, it's not really an assist. It's just stat pad, but it wasn't really an assist when you just pass it like that, just a little pass. But he fizzled out completely and went back to the old Madueke again. Like I said, so look, even the goal he scored, I put that more on the defenders, to be honest. You don't let Madueke. What is he doing? He's cutting inside and shooting with his left. They figure it out after, but that first goal, yeah. Unfortunately, Southampton were not all there. They had a lot of players missing. Not I'm saying that it was a good performance, but it still contributed it to that. It was much easier. Yeah, and then the red card completely changed it. That made it very easy. But look, he had a good game. The stats are a bit deceiving for me. I don't think that it should be quite that high and Maresca basically backed that up in the second half. He said it. Well, he stopped, and he didn't track back anymore. And he tried to finish fancy. He didn't try to assist first anymore. He went back a little bit complacent, back to his old selves. And Maresca, I think, had enough and probably called it out, and rightly so. I'm very happy he did, because that's going to result in you're going to see Noni react positively, or you're going to see him react negatively, and it's a both win-win for me. So yeah,
if he fails it, he's gonna you can say sit on the bench for a while.
Yes,
because
I think
Pedro
so.
Neto is there, and we're not lacking numbers in terms of players capable of playing on either flanks. So here's the thing. My point, something that I want to say is this: I don't think it would take a lot for him to become a better player, and I can't say this enough. I know I've said it a billion times, but I'm going to say it again. Noni Madueke, all he has to do, once again, I've said it 1,000 times, just be a little more selfless and a little less selfish. That's the difference. Aim to create more than to score more.
It's honestly. A mindset.
Yeah, it's a mindset. And if he's finding it difficult to change that, if the manager decides that's it, he's done with him, it will take a while before he gets a chance to
Coach, and that's why I was saying Maresca is playing a bit of a dangerous game. Leaving him all those games in there is playing a bit of a dangerous game, because it might backfire for him. So I think he left him too many games in without performing or doing nothing. And I think, he kept playing. Well, I think he should have dropped him much earlier, 100%, because you would have seen maybe a better response.
To help him for his own good, to help him learn. And now it's gotten to an extent where he had to say what he said publicly.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. And I'm so happy he did. Yep.
I'm just that's just the only thing he has to do. Again, I can't say it enough. Just be a little more selfless and a little less selfish. That will go a long way for him. Because if you understand football, even if he scored 3 goals yesterday, you cheer him. But if you understand football, looking beyond what, again, his the goals and the assists, you still know that, there's still a problem there.
There is, and that's Maresca's problem, and the assistant coaches to get that out of him. But I think they went a little bit wrong about it, but they're correcting it now, so hopefully that will have a big impact on.
Yeah, for the manager to have said it publicly, which means they're working and correcting it.
Correct. Yes.
Who are you guys talking about?
Noni Madueke. We're talking about Noni Madueke, but Ty, we tried to get you to speak, but you didn't respond. So we thought maybe your shut up, coach. Maybe your new microphone broke.
Yeah,
I really want to go to 11. I do.
It's not used to what is this called? Evmox. It's not used to that, so it disconnects before it come on.
Yeah.
No, we were asked just quickly, Ty. Say that he is who said what. But big up to all of you. Big up to Bobby for joining us on the panel. We'll get to you in a bit. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom and then try the best I can to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Ty, coming to you, 2 things. Start with our Club World Cup group. Easy peasy, in my opinion. I'd be shocked if we don't topple. If we don't finish that group, the leader. But Ty, your thoughts on the group, then you can talk about our overall performance against Southampton on their own carpet before we get to breaking down and analyzing key moments and individual performances. Let's hear you, Ty, so we can get to Bobby as soon as possible. When it's you,
No,
when we want you to get done quickly because we don't value your opinion.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So well, I'm gonna be honest. I know nothing
Oops,
about
jab,
any
two
other
jabs.
team.
Yeah, look at the teams we have here, but you can say that alone tells you it will be an easy group for us. It is Flamingo, probably the toughest of other teams there. The Mexican side won't be easy too, but we should be winning the group convincingly. Then experience of Tunisia, African side. I mean, it's easy to say, yeah, we're definitely winning the group, but in football, 1+1 doesn't always equal to two. But go ahead.
What? I'm so confused. What did you say? 2 plus 2 does what? Huh?
1+1 doesn't always equal two in football.
That, that's his new think tie. This is his new catchphrase.
Which
It's the
means
flavor
that
at
the
this point.
fact that on paper we can mop the stadium carpet with them doesn't mean we beat them. The game is played over
Well,
90 minutes plus added time. You and Dante wants to fight me, but go ahead.
okay. Well, that's a new one. I didn't know that. I thought if you put one and two passes together, you get into the final third. I thought that's what you get. But
No,
okay,
no, 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 no,
interesting.
no, no. I'm just
Right,
yeah. Hmm.
right. So yeah, as you said, those are the other teams in the group. I know nothing about any other team except for Flamengo. Um, so I don't know. It sounds and looks like a easy group. It also depends on what happens.
I
That
couldn't say it
point
any
of the
better.
season as
It
well.
just sounds and looks like an easy group.
Yeah. So it's down to how we are performing then as well, and what availability looks like then as well. But I tried to take a look at Club Leon, the Mexican team, and they're not really doing well right now in their league. Based on their standings. So that's one thing. I don't know. I try to look to see if what they've done in prior years to see if it's just a one-off season that they're having, but it's
Hmm.
been like that even
Is
last season as well. So
is David Luiz at Flamengo?
I thought he retired. David Luiz
Is
is
he
still playing
retired or is he
football.
still playing? I'm not sure.
He's
He
probably
had
still
an,
at
I
Flamengo.
think, health related issue that he made public at the time.
Oh,
And after that, I think he did say something to the effect of retiring
nah,
after
nah.
that
He's
particular
he's still
season. I can't
playing. He's
quite
still
remember.
playing. He's still playing. He
He's still
played
playing?
yesterday, so he's still playing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, no, he's still playing. Yeah. Oh, cool.
yeah, he played yesterday. Yeah, but hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully he's not gonna be playing next year. But yeah,
He likes
yeah,
he likes
I'm
the
gonna.
goal against us, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the point. And
Oh,
and he,
and the
and you know
coach
he's
as
gonna
well, the other
celebrate
Philippe
like a
Luis.
mad person.
We
Sorry?
got two Philippe Luises in that game from Chelsea, ex-Chelsea players.
Oh my goodness! No, why did he go there?
He's the coach. What do you mean?
No,
Isn't he the coach?
yeah, he is. Yeah, the left back that we had, man. Yeah, he was at
Yeah, Philippe
Atletico
Luis.
Madrid
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
of
that's
that.
what I said. There's two Philippe Luis and Philippe Luis. Yeah, both
The
Chelsea, ex-Chelsea players.
Brazilians.
But then to go
Yeah.
ahead, you can bring in Bobby with the same and asking the same question. It looks somebody rang the bell. I'll be back.
Sure.
Uh,
What's wrong with him,
well,
Ty? You don't like him?
no, I didn't say that, but I'm just saying that there's so much Chelsea connections there. So you know that's gonna go Charity FC.
Oh, don't say Charity FC. Seriously.
Yeah. Anyways. I'm not the best person to talk about this draw because I didn't even it was even happening. So
Yeah.
I'm at a blank in regards to knowing anything. But in terms of the match, that was as I heard coach say, it was a match that I was actually concerned for the first 50 minutes, especially after we conceded in the 11th minute and all of that. I was actually concerned about the fact that you mentioned it um on the pre-game show, Dante, and then I said that we need to focus on that side as well, the left side of Southampton, and if we make mistakes and if we're not defensively solid on that side, they could continuously target that side, and that's exactly what they did. So, I mean, it is important that we actually evaluate it, and I said this yesterday as well. A lot of people say that we have good depth, but I mean, the depth is only good to the point where as soon as you leave the defense, the midfield is shaky because we had nobody to deputize for either Enzo or Casado. Both of them had to play still. And I mean, we do have options there, but would you trust them to do the defensive work? Because we actually struggled without having that having Lavia or somewhere that you can rely on. Enzo had a dodgy game slightly, and then he obviously got an assist and all that, and then he perhaps did good in the creative aspect. But you see the problem as to why if you're gonna play Enzo and Casado, you need another defensive midfielder or a midfielder that can do the defensive work so that Enzo doesn't have to do so much of the defensive work because he was poor at it. So that is it. But I'm happy we were able to get the win. We got a good goal difference as well, and also as coach had said before, we weren't clinical in other ways. We could have smashed them because I remember looking at the statistics and we had 26 shots. A lot we had around 10 I think on target, something like that, or close to that. So we definitely could have won by a landslide, but it is what it is. We
Why
got
are
the
you
3 points.
using the
That's
language
what matter.
landslide? Just go ahead.
Oh, Vic, man, Vic. Anyways, right? No, no, I'm saying it could have been a landslide. Yeah, because I mean, what the song that they sing before the match is when the Saints go marching in, and I'm saying that it should have been when the goals went smashing in, and we weren't able to do that enough.
I like that
So
one. When the ghosts go flooding in.
yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. But we've done a lot of poetic things this season. Obviously, scoring goals in pairs against Noah. The peers, obviously. That's a pun. Forget about it. But when you look at all of that, I mean, there was a lot of positive. A lot of players got a chance. Jurgensen getting his first start. The only unfortunate thing is that he didn't get to keep a clean sheet. He got a goal being scored against him, but I wouldn't really blame him for that. I think he did very good otherwise. His passing was shaky at one point. But other than that, he didn't. I don't think he did anything wrong otherwise. But yeah, it's like I said, the midfield is something that we actually need to invest in, and the defense, we got away. We
The
got away with
midfield?
it. Yes,
What area of the midfield?
the defensive aspect of the midfield.
Really?
At least that's what I think. We have midfielders, yes. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, Vic probably has a point about if I actually pass my exam, because I actually forgot that we have defensive midfielders still on our books. You
Nice,
see, you see
killing me.
because because we loaned out Leslie. I absolutely forgot that we have Leslie as a defensive type of midfielder. But anyways, yeah, we actually need to actually strengthen in that aspect. I don't trust Dewsbury Hall. Um, Cassidy, I don't think that he's good at that role. Um, who else do we have in the midfield that you can really trust? Carney is not a defensive midfielder; he's more of an advanced one. So I don't know. I think we're very weak in that midfield. If you want to get the best out of Enzo, that is, because I don't think Enzo does well. If he doesn't have somebody to take away that defensive responsibility that he has. And if you play a two-man midfield with him and Casado or even him and Lavia, you're gonna have the same problems persisting. So that is very important. But as I said, 5 goals being scored, it could have been more. We go on to the 3 point lane next, and we see what happens there. But it was a good match, very drama
And,
filled
and
as
quickly,
well, and we
Ty,
should
did
have had
you
more
see?
goals.
I don't know why I didn't read it at the time. Something to the effect of Postacoglu questioning Enzo Maresca's
Yeah, I saw it.
prediction, maybe. Yeah, did you see that? What did he say, really?
Oh crap! I don't remember. I remember him. He made up his face when he heard.
Yeah,
Crap.
why would he do that? And Enzo Maresca doesn't say we're gonna dominate now. He said we'll dominate in the future. Uh,
Yeah,
I don't know why he has an issue with that. I hope we mop their stadium floor with them on that day. But go ahead, what
yeah.
you were saying.
No, he wasn't like that, coach.
Okay,
He
go ahead,
actually
Woj.
complimented it. Not he didn't back. He didn't say nothing bad.
Okay, I mean, I don't expect him to say yes. Chelsea will dominate with a straight face because he's the manager of you can say of a rival team. But go ahead, Ty. Is Ty still there? Did we lose him?
I'm still here, but Dante was speaking, and I've learned to respect your elders, so I stopped talking so you could finish speaking.
The elders and the sick
Yes.
ones.
What?
The sick one, the sick, especially when we're sick, you gotta, yeah, we get a little pass.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, that's inhumane. That's inhumane. That's inhumane. I wouldn't go that far.
All
But
right, go ahead, Ty.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Still. I mean, I don't think there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I mean, it's the project that we have. It's that's literally the vibe that you should be getting, because if you're investing not just for now but for the future, as we've heard the owners say, that is likely going to be happening. And if you're investing in players that have great potential and they have the capabilities that will suit the philosophy that they have, and well, if Maresca is indeed the one still here, even though he did say that even if he's not here, we could still do that. There is a plan, and it's a long-term plan, and it reminds me of what you've said, coach. I don't know why I'm singing you praises, but it's like you said, you're not worried about the future, you're worried about the now. That's what you would have said in the past. So the future looks bright. It's just about if we're able to do enough in the present to ensure that we don't have any hindrance to doing that. But something like that, it aligns well with the whole situation with what City have had, being able to quote unquote dominate the league for the well on and off for around 7 years, and then obviously having the issues that they're having now. It's about planning for the future, and we obviously see what's happening at City. They don't have many experienced players, that if their main players are out, they can come in and they have the same result. That's one of the reasons why they struggle. But hey, they were able to get a good result, I think, recently. So I guess it could mean that they could obviously come back. They've always been a team to start the season slow, but at the same time, they definitely need to start investing again in younger players, and they've started, but they need to do it even further.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ty. Let me catch up and bring in Bobby so we can get his opinion. We need to loan Ty to Southampton or something. Okay, or something is worth. I just said in theory, yes. So if that's what he said, I don't have a problem with that. So I should have read whatever I saw then. But you don't know how the media they present things. You could say in a manner that you would want to read it, but I didn't read it. I just went with what took what I saw, the title I saw, and run with it. We must beat Swansea after Angie's comments. He hasn't said anything wrong, in my opinion. In theory, yes, but until that happens, yeah. Guys, the type. What
Yes,
is
I
that?
did.
Don't. Oh, is this serious? Okay, yeah, you went for an exam, so yeah, that now it makes sense
Congrats,
now. So,
congrats.
Mabas, thank you for asking. Let's see. But he also said whether all the Chelsea players fulfill their potential is the unknown. Okay, doesn't matter to me. It's still the
So
truth.
diplomatic.
Yeah.
He's diplomatic, man.
What else do we have here? So let's bring on Bobby. Bobby, two things. If you want to talk about our Club World Cup group, up to you. And if you want to go straight to talking about your overall observation from the game, positives and negatives, before we get down to breaking down the moments, the goals, and player performances. Up to you, Bobby. But big up, and more importantly, thank you for joining us. Is Bobby still there? Okay, probably I'll mute and he takes some. He has to get a cab to get where
Yeah,
the button to
Bobby can
mute his
blame me.
microphone is.
You kept him
Yeah, Bobby can
waiting too
blame me,
long again,
man.
coach.
And by the way, Dante, your cousin is actually the highest rated Chelsea player on the day, and he won man
Yeah.
of the match, deservedly so. But that besides our argument, we're not
Can
saying
you
he's
hear
a
me?
bad player. Yeah, yeah, we can hear you now, Bobby. Big up and thank you for joining us. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm good. You just want to keep me waiting till I lose connection, isn't it, Coach?
And find an excuse to leave you out of the conversation, right?
Yeah, you just want to leave me out and stuff. I don't know what's happened to my earpiece, but I think I'll. Can you hear me well now?
Yeah, we can hear you crystal clear.
So, wait, you were saying something about the World Club
Club World
Cup.
Cup, our group. You can talk
Listen,
about that. Yeah.
Coach, there's never an easy team. I don't know why we talk like this. Do we remember what happened the first Club World Cup we went to? And one of the reasons people hate Rafa Benitez, I mean, hate him with a passion. He went there with a stupid team, although we had injuries as well, got to the final and lost. So you don't take anybody for granted. Because you don't know them, doesn't mean to say they're no good. You know, on a different platform, a lot of these teams play very well and they're highly motivated by that competition. When we won the World Club Cup, Palmeiras gave us a run for our money. It was only the physicality of Romelu Lukaku in the end. Um, okay, that was in the semi-final. In the final, I think the header was by Kai Havertz yet again. You know, that got us through. So respect everybody. Don't call anybody an easy team and all that. You'd be surprised they're not. I highly value that competition. I think it's a competition of the future, and I think we should be start racking up the stats now, because when that competition really kicks in, it's going to be harder, just like everything else, just like the Champions League and everything. You know, the first 5 European Cups that Real Madrid won was when the competition was relatively, nobody was taking it seriously apart from them. So I hope we can manage to win it. You know, we're in it to win it. We're not in it for anything else. But we have to respect everybody, and it's so far away that we can't look at anybody's current form and use it as a yardstick to measure anything in that competition. Now, as far as the game yesterday is concerned, I just want to quickly say something about Noni. Clearly, that kid is very immature. He's a very immature boy. His attitude, the smirk on his face, he's an irritating kind of person. And I get it. I know why Dante doesn't like him. He doesn't want to admit it, but he doesn't like him, and he's fine. I get
As a
it.
player, can you be more specific here? As a player,
As a
maybe.
player, yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't because there's you see your personality rubs off on you as a player. It does. You
it
know,
does.
look
Yeah.
at people are saying, oh, like the last Saturday, they gave Cole Palmer the player of the match player of the match. I'm getting confused now. Why did they do that? Everybody likes him. There's a there's a bias towards him anyway because of his nationality, but he's a likable kind of guy. He's not. He's not. Are you drowning me out? I can hear music now.
No, no, no. We're not. I'm not playing music. I'm not hearing any music.
I'm playing
Okay.
the violin for you, Bobby.
Oh right. All right. He's not the kind of player that that people would dislike. So because there's the liking behind him, they favor him. You know, they give him things that perhaps he shouldn't get. Everybody's willing him to do well, and even when he's not on form, they tend to kind of play it down. Um, Whereas I don't. I like him to be a bit more humanized because I think it'll be a better, more, it'll give his career more longevity and take him away from being targeted by the media a bit. So Noni is not really a likable guy. He's immature, but the one thing about Noni that even Maresca has noticed and why he persists with him is his ceiling is very high. When Noni really decides to put his head into his game rather than his ego, he's a very good player. Now, I remember when Cristiano Ronaldo first came on our shores, and everybody was wondering what the hell has Alex Ferguson gone and spent all this money on this kid. All he was doing was strutting around, doing stepovers, tripping over his own feet. He looked clumsy. And I have to say, his first season and a half, he really he wasn't very good. But Ferguson saw something in the kid. Now, Ronaldo and Noni are incomparable, really. You know, Noni is well, he's trying to imitate him because he's brought in a personal trainer and all that sort of malarkey, which is what Cristiano Ronaldo did, and eventually improved his game, and the rest is history. So Noni needs to learn a number of things. His finishing is dreadful, really. For the kind of player he is and the positions he gets into, his finishing really needs to be better. You know, yesterday he did some good things. He did some silly things. Noni was Noni, and I was surprised they gave him actually player of the man of the match, which surprised me really. I didn't think he deserved it, but there you are. That's the sort of guy we've got now. The game itself, we were wasteful. I was quite frustrated by that game.
Yeah, we could have
It
scored
was,
twice as much as the goals we scored.
yeah, it was, you know, you really need to beef up your goal difference because it might matter later on. And two, this was a game that taught me a lot about the squad. Now, there were more good things than bad things, I have to say, because the fact that we could use the squad and actually get a win in a place where in the past we probably would have lost. A rainy day down at the South Coast on a midweek game in the evening wouldn't have really been something that would have favoured us. But can you all still hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Bobby. Yeah.
Yes, I can. We can
Okay,
hear you.
good.
Continue.
Good, because I'm actually trying something. My phone's inside and I'm outside and I can still talk to you. So that's a good thing. So just getting something from the car. But so we passed the test in many ways. You know, we won. We won convincingly. Yes, they had their problems. Yes, they went down to 10 men. Nobody asked a fool to go and pull Cucurella's hair. He probably saw that Anthony Taylor let someone get away with it and thought he would try it. And so it was a convincing victory. However, was it a victory that we should be happy with in terms of our performance from our forward line? No. I think all our forwards kind of let us down. I don't think Palmer was on form. I think Nkunku really was on form. I think Neto, Jao Felix was far too wasteful, and the header he wasted was almost unforgivable. You know, we need to do better. You know, we're playing Spurs next, and we can't afford to do this against Spurs. But having said all of this, we have to keep remembering we are a developing team in progress. And we've come into December where the development, a lot of it is clicking into place. Points are being made about the midfield, how perhaps we're a little bit thin in the defensive midfield area. I have to agree. Certainly in the striking area, we need to sharpen things up. I'm not too sure whether that's the answer. I just think we need to allow the players that are developing to develop, and it takes time. Should we be happy with where we are right now in terms of the project? My goodness, we're second in the table. We're legitimately ahead of Arsenal. Even if it's on goal difference, we're still ahead. If you look at the top three, the goal difference is 2 goals from Liverpool to Chelsea to Arsenal. So we're competitive, which is hugely important for a Champions League position, which has to be our target. So far, so good. We need to not take Tottenham for granted because they are still a dangerous team. They're physical, they're bigger, they're faster, and they're more accurate in front of goal than Southampton. Can we beat them? Yeah, if we really get our rhythm together, why not? But should we be very weary of them? Absolutely. That's my point.
That was a lot.
Yeah. Well said, Bobby. Well said.
Yeah, coach kept me quiet for too long, so I had to make up for lost time.
You had to pack it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby. Looks like coach is gone again. What did you think of the keeper? How did you? Why do you think Jorgensen played?
Sorry, I muted myself. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think he did anything wrong. His initial save was good, although the ball was more or less kicked straight at him. But you still had to control it. I think Jorgensen, I like how he's developing. I like the fact that people are wanting him rather than him wanting to push his way through. People are saying, hey, look at this guy, he's better, and so on and so forth. And, I don't think he did himself any harm at all last night. The only thing I don't like is this passing the ball back. It was really, it makes me nervous. Yeah, he's good with the ball at his feet, but even the best defenders with the ball at their feet lose the ball. And he's having to pass the ball to people that aren't so great with the ball at their feet. Tosin, well, okay, he's okay. I wouldn't put it any more than that. Disasi, very shaky, and Disasi's passing back to him, taking the ball back, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
we know
yeah.
what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It just didn't give you any confidence. So that side, thankfully, Maresca mixes it up, but that side of things, I'm not a fan. Apart from that, he seems a decent goalkeeper. And will he take the place of Sanchez against Spurs? Well, Maresca has clearly said no. And he's working on the depth of the squad, the rotational ability rather than the individual. So, that's just how it is at the
I mean, if
moment.
the two goalkeepers can do well enough to, he said that we'd have no choice than just rotate them because they're both equally good. I don't have a problem with that, but I think I trust Jorgensen more than Sanchez. He comes across as a calmer. There's more calm on the ball. Never panics at all. Irrespective of how many players you could say on him, opposition players on him, he still finds a way and not make silly passes to the opposition, risking us conceding from that situation. But that's just my opinion anyway. Sorry for cutting you
Coach,
off, Bobby.
coach. Did I tell you that I have heart issues?
Yeah, you've told me that. How you? I hope
Why? You came in and you almost gave me a stroke. What was that, man?
What did I do, Ty?
Right, you know that Jorgensen.
The way, yeah. How come he can be on the ball? Bobby, were you still speaking? Sorry, it doesn't look like it.
Got out.
Sorry, I answered the question, I believe.
You
He's
did, yeah.
just, we're all saying the same thing, really, about him. He looks decent, basically, and we don't like the too much back passing. And what is happening is that it's not a matter of him taking over from Sanchez. I think what Maresca is not. I don't think I know what Maresca is working on is his squad. He wants that rotation to be seamless. And those guys that played midweek, he played relatively most of them against Southampton. And this is the way he's going to be going. Rightly or wrongly, like it or not, this is his way of this project. And I think it's going to work. I think it's going to take a lot of people by surprise because injury that was our worst enemy is now being controlled a little bit and players are playing a little bit fresher than the opposition because of the depth of our rotation. And if we can carry that through this Christmas period, I think we could probably come out the other side smiling.
Yeah, Bobby, I don't know if you've spoken about that already. What do you have? What your thoughts on what Maresca had to say about Noni Madueke? What do you make of it?
Yeah, yeah, I've mentioned it. I did talk about it. Noni is a silly boy. He's an immature kid. I can imagine. I don't doubt one word that Maresca said about his not training so great sometimes. He's having to show him that, look, if you don't train well, you don't play. He mentioned his form, which we all know. Noni gets to have a few great games. It goes to his head. Then he thinks he can stroll about. His form drops. And then you've got to bench him. This is the kid that you have to make grow up. I try to give a little bit of analogy with Cristiano Ronaldo. When he first came to England and he was doing stepovers all over the place, he'll dive like crazy. You touch him and he's on the floor, and throwing little
I think you
tantrums to
can
the
put him in the same
referee.
sentence as Cristiano Ronaldo, Bobby. Not even
I g-
close.
I
But
gave the
but the
example.
example is
It's not. It's
I
the
know what you mean, though, but
the
still.
youthful
I knew
exuberance more
I
about
knew
showing
I
off
knew you
than yeah. Go
you'd
ahead,
come at
Bobby.
me with that because he's not your favorite. I accept it, but this is a football analogy, and Cristiano Ronaldo had to be tamed. That's my point. Is that
He was
Cristiano
overdoing
Ronaldo
everything at the time.
exactly? He had to be shown how to grow up, to mature a little bit by Alex Ferguson before he became the great player he is. Now, to be fair to Cristiano Ronaldo, he's highly self-motivated.
Correct.
He's the kind of guy that will train at 2 a.m. in the morning. He had his own personal trainer. Now, Noni has tried to kind of imitate that a bit with a personal trainer, which had helped his game. Whether he's
They
still
all
got
have
the
that now.
guy,
All of them have pretty much.
well, I don't know if he's still got the guy, but the point I'm making is that somebody has to take the childishness out of him, and that's what Maresca is working on. Like it or not, this guy has a contract at Chelsea Football Club. Like it or not, both the coaching staff and the ownership they're invested in him. They believe in him. They think there's something there. I think there's something there. And sometimes you have to put in the work to get the dividend. You can't just because you've got someone who's been a bit silly, just decide, okay, I'm fed up with you. I'll throw you out the window. That's crazy because somebody else who's going to be patient and is going to be a proper trainer will pick him up and say, right, I'm going to dust you down. I'm going to shape you up. And then you end up being the world beater that you have inside of you. Noni's ceiling is high. He's his own obstruction. And if he can get over that, he's going to be one hell of a player. I believe that, and I'm sure the coaches do as well.
So can I add something, coach?
No, you can't. Go ahead, Ty.
Okay, okay. Right. Our ex didn't do a lot of things. But one thing he did, bring to fruition, or not fruition, wrong word. He did bring to the spotlight the fact that Madueke does indeed have attitude issues. If you can remember the fact that he had to bench him as well for some time, and even he had a better relationship than Maresca probably would have with him, and all of that. So and we all know what the media said back then as well, but it obviously does show, as Bobby said, that there is something about him. And I mean, if Maresca says that he's not training good enough, it's obviously due to complacency. Oh my god, I'm probably having a stroke right now. Um, but yeah, that's one of the things that we didn't have the luxury of last season, which is to have competition or somewhere to push him even further. And by having a Neto or having a Sancho, that although they're completely different and they suit different matches, having somebody that can actually bench him, quote unquote, is gonna actually help him even further. if he takes it the right way. And it doesn't strike me as a person that if he gets benched, he's gonna complain, because we saw that last season, and we didn't hear that he was complaining. We didn't hear anything like that. It was just a case where he was working harder. And that's the thing. As a young player, he's gonna need that person to be pushing him. It's something that a lot of fans don't want to talk about, but that's what you have to do with these young players these days. They need somebody to be
Exactly.
holding their hand and saying that you must do this, and no, you can't do this. You need to be
Yeah,
doing that. That's what it is.
Ty, do you remember, just quickly? You remember Mourinho saying in, I think about a few months ago, something to the effect of, these days, if he treats players the way he treated the players he had
Yeah,
at Chelsea at the time,
Yeah,
he'd be
yeah,
charged with
yeah,
child abuse,
yeah.
something to
I think
that.
that the big takeaway point here is, because we don't, fancy the way he plays or his temperament, it's too early to just toss him
Mhm.
aside.
yeah.
He's so immature that it's he needs that kind of strict father figure, and I think Maresca is that guy. I think if he doesn't improve in a year or so under Maresca, then he's a real problem to himself and nobody else, because Maresca actually likes him. You can see it. And he wants him to improve. He believes in him, and he's ready to put it in, put in the work on him. And I think if he succeeds, he will always be grateful to Maresca and to a certain extent Pochettino.
Yeah, Dante. Let me ask you this quickly. I know that's a you. Ty, are you still speak? Were you still speaking? Sorry.
Of course, I was still speaking. You get,
Yeah,
but
no,
as I
that's
said,
what's happened when you're not important. So
yeah,
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 but go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And you have to respect your seniors. So I
Hmm.
just let it
Hmm.
slide. Anyways,
No, but I listen. I admire that from you. Bobby is an
right, yeah.
OG here. We all should respect him. If he starts speaking, everybody has to shut it. It's simple, really. But go ahead.
Right. So where was I? Right. So my point is, so the whole situation, young players these days, that's the case. You have to be holding their hands and telling them that they need to be doing better in this sense. It used to happen in the past, but it's just a case where it was not as common as it is now, because obviously you have more media now, so coaches can come out and say that, oh, these players are doing this, because obviously that would have had to been the case for where lots of young players were not getting the chance to play over other players. And funny enough, I cannot not mention AVB when he was at the club, where that was one thing that he was trying to do. He was trying to invest in more young players, and then the more senior players were being through well, I can't say thrown to the side, but he was trying to separate that and utilize more youthful players. But the whole situation with Madueke, and he's not the only player. Madueke always gets the stick for most of it, but we have other players who are exactly the same. But I mean, at the end of the day, as Bobby said, you have to accept that he has a contract that spans until the time that it does span. So there's nothing we can do. We can complain, we can sulk, we can say that, oh, he needs to do better. Maresca has come out and said that he sees it as well, because he's actually on the training ground when these players are training, and he actually involves himself even further. So talking
Yeah.
about it is
Ty,
one thing.
he's only 1 year
Yeah,
into an 8-year contract.
right,
So we got to work on the kid, at
right.
least for another year or two.
Yeah, and I mean, based on what happened yesterday as well, it shows that Maresca did speak to him about it, because the fact that his first instinct was not to just try to take shots. He could have selfishly tried to take a shot with that situation with the Southampton goalkeeper giving the ball to him, but he opted to make a well weighted pass just to Nkunku, and Nkunku was able to slot it into the back of the net. We obviously saw some selfish moments slightly, but it wasn't as common, and you can take into account the goal that he helped Palmer get in the Villa game as well. So you're seeing that it's something that is actually working with him on. So that is something that you can't say that he can change. Yes, he's a silly boy, as Bobby said, but it's something that can change. He's still young, he's still naive. That tends to happen with young players, and I think eventually, if he continues to be molded into a proper player and more of a team player rather than an individualistic person, then he definitely is going to be a good player for Chelsea if he continues to still have the attributes that he has now.
let's be clear here, Dante. The manager is saying that he has again something to the effect of him not okay with how he trains. Let's break that down a bit, and that simply means he's not training well.
He said he did when he dropped him the previous game. That was the reason. So it's not he's not training well, or it was just for that game
How
that
did he
week.
say it
He
again?
wasn't happy with his training, so it's a little bit different. Yeah, it was for that week only specifically. So the rest has been fine because he's been playing. But when he got dropped, that's what he said. To be specific, he didn't say he always doesn't train well. He said just for that week when he got dropped, that was the reason why.
Okay, before we continue with the match review exercise, two questions that I got from what Ty said. But I'm going to say this: the manager speaking publicly about whether you call it his attitude or how he's been training or whatever however you see it, how Madueke deals with that will be
Yeah,
telling, will be
that's going to be the big
reflective of
thing. Yes.
his mentality. But we'll pay attention to see. For instance, Mourinho speaking about Luke Shaw at Manchester United, uh, in my opinion, didn't help Luke Shaw. I think after that, the public comments about him, yeah, he's not been the same. I'm not saying the Mourinho is the reason why he got injured and all that. Again, let's see how Madueke deals with it, irrespective of whether the manager was referencing how he trains or attitude issue. Um,
The
let's see how
manager didn't
Madueke
say
deals with it.
anything. He didn't say anything bad, coach.
But
That's the
again, it
thing.
depends on who you're talking about. Some people get, you can say, easily gets bent out of shape, even for something that you and I, somebody would say about us, and to us is nothing. Say it about some people that sue you. You
Mm.
get you
But,
get where I'm coming from right now.
but coach, you remember when he came out and said that he went to the toilet after he saw the outcry about the fact
Yeah,
that he has a horrible
you could
attitude.
say his attitude when he was leaving the pitch, right? Or his, you could say
Yeah,
his what's the correct way to say it? Not to accuse him of one thing, not attitude really. What's the correct term for it, Ty? How to describe? You can say,
he talking
I
about
wouldn't say
demeanor.
demeanor, maybe. Yeah, that I think that'd be correct when he was leaving the pitch, and then he tried to justify his absence. Even the manager protected him after that. But
Yeah.
pundits, football commentators alike, all knew that it was all horse dung. That he wasn't happy that he was taken off, even though he was playing badly, something like that. But go ahead, what you were saying, Ty.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, obviously, well, as Bobby said, he didn't really say anything that was harsh. He came out and said that okay, this is the reason why he wasn't playing because he didn't like the way that he was training and all of that, and that he says that the thing with Madueke, is that when he starts performing a certain way, he starts to to get complacent, paraphrasing, but that's literally what he was saying.
But do you
Complacency
think
was creeping
everybody will
in.
see it the same? I understand what Bobby's saying. Bobby clearly, I agree with you. He didn't say anything wrong. But it depends on who you ask. Do you think everybody
Mm,
would see it the same? We don't know whether Madek
no.
will see it the same way you see it. That's the thing. People see things differently.
Well, I mean that is why as a man manager, because that's something very important. You have to because if Madueke feels the way about it, he's gonna show because body language will tell you that. So if he actually feels the way about it, and I'm sure that Maresca's been tactical not only on the pitch but in the way that in what he says as well. He doesn't say too much, and he doesn't
His
give away a
responses
lot of
are
things.
almost always measured.
Yeah, so it's like he calculates because he knows it's gonna come up. He's gonna say that okay, why did Madueke not play, and why is he back into the team now? But he wasn't playing before. People are gonna ask him that, so he's obviously gonna have to have discussed even with Madueke why he wasn't playing because you have to do that. You have to explain it. So what we hear it's probably even more critical when he comes onto the training ground, and then obviously he can come out and bash the players, but he's never done that. So clearly that is the case. But yeah, I get your point. It depends. Not only Madueke, a lot of players may have issues with it as well. The media will obviously have a field day with it because they always love to to be critical of anything the manager says. When the manager said we're not in the title race, they say that he's trying to take the easy way out and try to lessen the pressure and all those. It's gonna happen, but I would like to think that Madueke, although his attitude has come into question, that he would understand, because Maresca would have corresponded that with him and communicated that to him.
Yeah, exactly. Maresca would have told him this in private, and Noni after this game did it again the second half, and he was not impressed, and he's made it public now, so everybody knows. And like I said, that's a good thing, because you'll get a reaction from Noni positive, and if he takes it really bad and cries about it, well then for me that's a positive, because you don't want players like that around if they're gonna do that and sulk over that. So either way, I think it'll be good for the team. So, but we did see him. He got dropped, came back in, and he responded. At least that first half, he played well. He responded, and that's what you wanted to see. But yeah, Maresca, the second half was not very happy. Obviously, what he said after. Once he scores or assists, well, that's it. He's gonna just jog around, try to fit fancy stuff. Really take it easy, and he wants that hunger for him to go and score more and be more clinical and don't settle, because it looks like Noni settles for that. If he scores, assists or whatever, doesn't assist that much, but he scores, especially scores, yeah, he took it easy that second half. And I saw it, everybody saw it, the coach saw it, so he got criticized for it. And like I said, this was not the first time. He would have told him this in private. It's exactly what Reece James. He would have told Reece James in private, you need to step up your captaincy off field. He obviously didn't, and then he made it public to put some pressure on if he's going to do it or not. So yeah, in my opinion, it's a win-win for me. I'm happy that he
Win-win
came
for
out.
me. I'm just the question is, how does he see it? How does he react to that? But we'll find out. I'll come back to the two questions in question that I got from Ty's comment. Ty is controversial. Bobby is no longer controversial anymore. And Paul Joseph is saying not his man of the match is like a Rice's man of the match. It's just tax. Same with always the same. Palmer is our best player when actually it has been Casado. Wow, that's I'm not into. I don't have the energy to fight right now. All right. Tosin didn't have a great game, but I still started him due to him offering stability and not a bad game either. But one thing
Yeah, I
is
disagree with that
that
one.
he doesn't go into tackles recklessly. If he goes for a tackle, he gets the ball. You can dribble him easily. Acceleration is an issue, but that's something if the manager is well acquainted with, he will find a way to conduct that, mask that maybe. Let's see what else we have here. Agree with Ty. I'm not going to read the comment where you're saying you agree with Ty's point there. I will give him and Kachila some more deserved credit. And Kenyan revolutionary says Madueke needs to be sold to Crystal Palace and Chelsea should get Eze. Wow. He may well stay. And remember, the argument isn't that he's a bad player. The argument is that, he's making some mistake every game, really. Even when he does well, he still be a little, you can say, too selfish. But that's just my opinion anyway. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else to address? 49 comments. I can't guarantee that I'd read all. I'm now 100% fit. I'm exhausted, actually. I'm praying and fasting that Madueke moves to Crystal Palace. Prayer Warriors, please join me. He may well move to where his former boss in the Netherlands, to Leicester City, but I think he's going to pay attention to whether they will stay up or go down, even if they want him. But I don't think we'll be selling him. I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Then we continue. I'll try and get your subsequent contributions.
By the
in the
way,
chat.
coach.
And King, so just 1 second, Ty. I'm sorry, bro. King, so nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us. Ty, go ahead.
Right. So I was saying that you're saying that I am controversial now. I just want you guys to understand something. It gets boring. It gets boring being the baby face. It's good to be the heel sometimes.
All right, it's good to stir things up sometimes. To be the devil's advocate, Roger's favorite thing to say. Dante Ty says talked about weak midfield, and he clearly did say that we need to sign another midfielder. Correct me if I'm misquoting you, Ty. You're still here.
That is why I said that maybe I didn't pass my exam because I forgot that we have Leslie and we
Okay.
have Andre Santos. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Let's move on from that. Let's then the other question, Dante, did you see anything suggesting that our ex is trying to take credit with regards to how well we're doing? Maybe I need to read everything I see and not just go with the title.
That was fake, coach. Yeah,
He
that wasn't real.
wasn't
But he
taking
didn't
credit
actually
of
say it.
how the progress is made, right?
Yeah, no, he didn't actually say that. That was one of the content creators decided to do that and put it out there. But yeah, if you look in the comments, yeah, he said that. Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, he just sort of made it up. So no, that's not. Yeah, not accurate, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. I'm gonna go back to Bobby. Bobby, we still dive deep into players' performances on that day. Bobby, the fans singing the manager's name.
Yep.
Your thoughts on that?
You know, football fans. sorry.
You
Winning
okay?
solves everything in football,
You good,
especially
Bobby?
at the bigger clubs. You know, if you win, you become liked, you become the hero, you become accepted, you know, you become part of the culture.
Mhm.
And he's doing that, you know. The only thing left for him to do now is not only to win consistently and win it's you know, a significant position at the end of the season, which is Champions League football, but trophies. You know, you start winning trophies and big trophies. The fans will not only sing your name, you will have a poster put up. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's good for the fans. It's good for him to know that you know the fans are liking his work. It's good for the team, and it's good for the whole atmosphere. You know, this is all winning makes winning. You know, it brings support. Trouble is, if things start to wobble, will they keep singing his name? I hope so. You know, but you know what football fans are like. You know, football is a results-driven industry, and if you bring the results, you're loved. If you don't, you're not. That's the sad truth of the matter. So yeah, it's good they're singing his name. It shows he's doing something very right.
Yeah, even the home fans, the behavior of the home fans have changed. They've been vociferous in our last few games, as loud as can be, supporting the team even when we struggle to beat this. You could say, and that justifies the saying, yeah, that football is a result-driven business. Win and everybody's on your side. Even Unistock talks football, and some of them say one of them on X that says something to the effect of at the time who the F is Enzo Maresca. A lot of confessions online because he's doing really well. And only a few people were able to, at the time, look at the fact that if he wasn't that good, he'd never get a chance to work under Pep Guardiola because Pep won't take you in
Include
except if you have something to offer. But people weren't thinking about that at the time. Even Roger on the panel here argued, yeah, but he wasn't a Premier League manager. I said, but he worked under Pep. So he's worked in the Premier League. He has Premier League experience. And I've seen people say he was actually one of the reasons why they were able to win. Was it 4 trophy in that season? In that particular season? He was
yeah.
integral. But because he wasn't the head coach, people you can say they don't give him enough credit. It's all they know is that he's a championship manager, but he's proven a lot of people wrong. Bobby, go ahead if you were saying something.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that much to add to that particular question. You're right. How integral was he at Man City? We may never know. But you know, if he lifts the big trophies here at Chelsea, you know, he will be adored. You know, that's just the Chelsea way. He will be adored. Till today, Chelsea fans do not forget Jose Mourinho. Despite the fact that as much as he won for us, he would come here once or twice. He's hurt us, unrepentantly as well. But we still hang on to what he did. We're always very grateful for the successes our managers bring us. So long may he continue. And I'm hoping he starts to bring us the big trophies as well.
I hope so. We just need to give him time, and the signs are good. If you understand football, the signs are good. As long as we support him, I think he will deliver. This highlighted comment, very funny. I've seen that myself. You can say Rhys James and Kai Havertz having a slight dig at Mauricio Pochettino. That's very funny too. That I don't know. You if you want to talk about that, up to you. Anybody on the panel want to talk about
Yeah,
that?
no,
Up to you.
I haven't seen that yet, so no, I don't.
Yeah,
And
Can
yeah,
I
just with
say
Maresca,
something?
yeah, he's not
yeah.
gonna
Go
get a
ahead, Ty.
banner. He's not getting a banner or a thing because that budget went to Gallagher last year, so it's been there's no more budget for a Maresca banner yet.
Yeah, go ahead,
Right.
Ty. When you're saying something.
Right. It has to do with what you said. Crap. I even forgot now. Jeez and peace. What was it? Ah, crap. Right. Yeah. That's it. Right. Well, you asked. When you were speaking about the fact that the how highly critical people were of Maresca, I have this question for lots of content creators as well. They I don't know what it is about football why people don't view it as being like any other job. The only difference is that it pays a way more for the persons that play it or they coach it. But it's the exact same thing. If a personnel works under a highly classified or excellent person that runs the one aspect of that institution, and they can learn from that and then become successful. So why is it a case where because he was the assistant he can surpass, well, not say he's going to surpass Pep, but why can't he be successful in the league although not taking the reins and being the head coach? It happens in other aspects of work. You can be just a employee, and you use what you see, or you use what you don't like and do better. So why is it a case where a lot of the times people base off if a manager can be good if they've only coached at a lower level, or they've only worked at a lower aspect in the hierarchy? I don't understand that, but it's the exact same thing in any other work that you do. So I don't know. It's down to not thinking about it from a logical point of view.
Yeah, and unfortunately, if you're not the leading person, yeah, they don't value you that much. All they want to talk about is you say the head coach. Unfortunately, people don't think logically, especially in football. The average football fan just knows the manager, and I don't know, Dante. I don't know. You want to add anything to that? Did we lose
Yeah,
Dante?
nothing,
Or is
coach.
the
No, I said everything basically, so nothing more to add. I'll just be saying the same thing.
yeah?
You
So
see, you see,
go
coach,
ahead.
coach Dante's not a tapping coach. He's not a tapping merchant, so he's not gonna do what you did a while ago.
Yeah, no tap-ins right now. No.
No, I just usually add to the point. But
Yeah,
yeah.
you're pulling a Cole Palmer like what he did to Nkunku.
All right. I want us to bat at sports. I think we can. The way they play suits us, but that doesn't mean then they don't have a chance to beat us. They can. Um, But let's see what happens on that day. Postecoglou doesn't know how to play differently. That gives me hope. We know it's going to be a high line, high pressing, and all that. And Maresca is smart enough to find a way to exploit that. I don't know if I've ever seen Postecoglou tweak things or change things around for any games I've watched
No, he
Tottenham
won't.
play under him.
He definitely won't. He never has in his career. I've seen many games. I've been many games, like I said, watching him play. So, no, he never changes. He always
But
sticks to
isn't
that.
that an issue?
It's been very successful for him. He just doesn't have those players yet, unfortunately. I think he got in a bit over his head. Daniel Levy is not going to buy him that many players that he wants straight away. So he's got to change the squad around a little bit if that's the case. But yeah, he's not going to change his style. That's how he plays. Like I said, been very successful. He just needs the right type of players to play that system, and they really don't have. They have a few, but not. There's a lot of them that are not for that type of system. So it's slowly changing. Another window if they back him a bit. But yeah, Postecoglou won't stay. I don't see him staying if they don't back him. If they don't give him some money to change those players, watch him leave at the end of the season.
In all honesty, don't you think if he can be a bit pragmatic, or you could say open-minded with regards to changing things around to get results? I mean, he'd do better in the Premier League. Because in the Premier League, if you're the sort of manager, even Pep doesn't risk it too much like that.
He wants to drill that style of play into the players every week so they know exactly. And when you have the right players, I've seen it work absolutely amazingly. So, yeah, in Australia, in Japan, it worked. In obviously Celtic, it worked. Is the Premier League a bit different? Yeah, but he said it on the record. He said he hasn't got those players yet. He hasn't got those players. He needs more players for his style of system, and once he gets that, he's just going to still play that way to drill the ones that are still there that are learning. He wants them to play that way. So we'll have to wait and see. But don't be surprised if he leaves if he's not going to buy the players. He needs another at least 4 or 5 players in that system that play that system. If he doesn't get that, I think he'll walk away. Levy won't fire him. Like he'll walk away.
I mean, even if he wants to change now, is not the time. He should wait.
Look, I mean, it works. It can work even with a team that hasn't. It did finish pretty high up, so look, it wasn't that bad of a result. You know, the way he's still playing, but yeah, it can only get better if he gets the players he wants. And against us, yeah, it's going to be hard for them against us because of the way they play. We've got all the players to counter that. So yeah, we should really be on top of that game. But they can score a lot of goals as well, as we've seen. They beat Man City 4-0.
No, they scored tons of goals, but you get chances. You get tons of chances against them.
That's right.
Do you remember that basketball game they played? Sort of basketball game they played against. Was it Aston Villa? How many goals was cancelled on that day? Was it 5?
Something like that. Yeah.
In total, yeah. That. So
look,
you
when they score goals,
yes.
Yes. Offensive side is much a little bit better. It's the problem is the defensive side and that central midfield area. He hasn't got those players yet. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
I mean, if you can plan very well, you can exploit the high line effectively, but the offside trap can be excellent. So you have to plan yourself very well. Otherwise, every time you're offside.
Exactly.
Kim, so nice to see you out there. Hope you're doing well. Just seeing Spurs losing. Yeah, it will be scored in the 4th minute. So they're down by a goal. And also Brighton. Brighton is losing to Fulham. It will be. That's when it will be scored in that game. Bournemouth is beating Tottenham by a goal to nothing. Let's see how that ends. It's still early days. This is 29 minutes. Still early, you would say. The Fulham game is in the 55th minute, so but it's still time. Anything could still happen. They beat City team. You can argue, really. City. But that I'm not going to talk about that right now. So what else should we talk about here, Dante? Let's look at the numbers and see what the numbers tell us. Except if Bobby has anything to say before we look at the numbers and then start breaking down a player's performance on that day. Bobby, anything else you want to say?
Yeah.
All right. Let's.
I think 2 things. People, Bournemouth, although it's early, being a goal up against Spurs, they seem to be doing very well at home. And if I remember rightly, we beat them at home. So, at their home. So, the signs
Yeah, we were very lucky in that game. We got saved. That's the one that Sancho at the end saved us, basically.
Was that the game that 9 minutes Fofana was dribbled like a pole?
Yes. Yeah.
Who Fofana was dribbled like a what?
A pole. He didn't move. Just put the ball between his leg, and Sanchez made an excellent save to serve us that day.
Well, I can't remember what the result was, but I think we won. Was it 1-0, 2-1, something like that?
I think it was 2-1.
Yeah, 1-0.
Was it 1-0?
Yeah. So they're
Nkunku
not
off the bench. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby. Sorry, apologies.
The point I'm making is that they're not an easy team to beat at home. I think they beat Man City um, at their home as well. And, they've had a few scalps there. So it is a yardstick, what I'm saying, as to our development, that we're going to these somewhat difficult places and we're making good. Sometimes there's this word that used to be very popular to use, grinding out results or winning ugly or winning
Yeah.
when you're not playing well. All those things are hallmarks of a successful tie. If you're not playing well and you win, it says a lot. It says a lot about your character. It says a lot about your grit, basically. So we're learning. We're learning bits and pieces, and as I've said, it's early at the moment, but Bournemouth, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they beat Spurs tonight.
Yeah, and that's again, that's Tottenham's Achilles heel as well, low blocks, and that's been ours as well. So yeah, because it's the way they play, the low block, it's all in their half, and then they catch them on the counter. Well, bye bye. So yeah, they don't play Tottenham. They not play well against low blocks at all, and yeah, same with us. Last season, 100% was the
We've been
horrible.
there.
We lost the most points against bottom six teams, and even this season, like I said, a couple of games we've played, 2 or 3 games, we really struggled in those games.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So let's look at what the numbers tell us. Statistics. Yeah, kept the ball more. Nothing to me. Expected XG is 5.43. There's a 1.56. So they didn't get too many chances, in my opinion. Total shots 26 in total for us, 6 for them. Shots on target 13 for us, 4 for them. Big chances created, 12 big chances for them. Big chances missed. Yeah, it was that sort of day. 9 in total. Jesus Christ, 9 big chances missed. That's crazy.
Oh, so I
That's
wasn't crazy then. I wasn't crazy then. What I actually thought was actually the case. Okay, yeah. So we could have. That's why I said landslide.
I mean that you could say categorically that should be you have every right to call it a landslide. But eye test alone, we knew even without looking at the numbers that we created a lot of chances and missed quite a lot. But this is talent. It's not a concern. If anything, I just stick with it's reflective of how well we did on the day. The only thing we didn't do right was just be clinical in front of goal because yeah, 26 shots in total, 13 shots on target, 12 big chances created, and we missed 9 big chances. So to have said that, yeah, that we could have scored twice as much as we ended up scoring, that's very correct. But Dante, what does the numbers tell you? I'm sorry to take you back to class. You do the calculations. You tell us what the numbers tell you, Dante. I'm not gonna help you.
What do you want me to answer, Coach?
Anything. What
What the
does the
numbers
numbers
say?
tell you?
The
26
numbers that
shots
we
in
missed a lot of
total, a
very easy
5.4.
chances.
So we did not outperform the RXG. If I get it, 0.43, still something. But you can say pretty much we measured our XG. But let's say you, Dante.
Yeah, look, we did a lot of good stuff, but the problem was the finishing, unfortunately. Again, Madueke, like we talked about earlier, complacent. Nkunku not taking his chances again when he
A
should have
bit
scored a hat trick as well,
nonchalant,
to
would
be
you
honest.
say?
Yeah, Nkunku should have had a hat trick as well. Noni should have had a hat trick. Cole should have had a couple. We missed a lot of one-on-one with the keeper. I think there was 2 or 3 of those that were one-on-one basically. Madueke just shot at the keeper. Palmer in that probably first after the 15 minutes, that one-on-one with the keeper, he missed that as well. So some and the shots were very low quality. Everyone just shot at the keeper. I don't understand why they're shooting at the keeper. I have no idea. You see them in training, they never shoot at the keeper. They're always shooting left, right. I don't understand why they're all
I
shooting at
mean,
the
no
keeper.
pressure in training. That's off the
Yeah,
bat.
coach,
That's the
but at
difference.
that level, it should be, especially for a player like Palmer and these, they're professional players, they're the best of the best. That's easy chances they were missing. just basic fundamental chances that you just need to put away at that level. And just the decision making was poor. And
Can I point out something about Palmer, which you will like, Dante, because it kind of alludes to something you were talking about his injury.
Mhm.
Palmer's shooting was very weak. It was
Very,
bad, and if you
yep,
notice, he didn't take the free kick either.
yep.
So there may have been something going on there because his shooting was awful in terms of, not only was he shooting at the keeper,
There was no power
but it
behind it.
was just, yeah, it was just so weak. So is that an offshoot of his injury? I hope not, because if that is, that's quite a bit of a big deal, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, Bobby, it's just I think it's just bruising. From what I say, it's bruising, and the more goes on, the more painful it'll be. And yeah, it's like I said, I've noticed it. I saw him planting his foot many times. That foot got and he's buckled under him. So that tells me that foot is weak. And again, exactly what you confirm. The shots were very weak. He didn't take that free kick, which is tailor made for him, to be honest, for a left footer. Enzo took it instead. So yeah, look, I don't know. It's just a theory. I think that's he's carrying a little bit of an injury. Um, he's just too good and too much quality. There's such a big drop off from what he did last season and the first sort of 7 games of the season.
Let's be more specific. A big drop off from the standards he set for himself.
From the very high stands that he set,
Yeah.
big, yeah. I mean, he got the goal, but that was a tap in basically. The previous game as well got that goal, but he didn't do much all game. But he got that goal, yeah. So he's still getting the goals, which is great to see. But the form has been pretty bad the last 5 games since that knock. So yeah, I'm going with that because just what I've noticed, and I've played with that like that before as well, and I never said anything. And you go through it, but yeah, swells up a little bit, and after the game, he goes down straight away. So it's hard to see. It's hard to see, and I can guarantee you, Palmer is the type of guy that wants to play every game, and even if it's just a bit of bruising in the knee, yeah, he will just play through it, and that's what I think he's doing, to be honest.
And from you can say another thing to say, he would want to play every game, but the truth remains he's a sort of player that even if he's 60% fit, if you can come onto the pitch, you'd start him
Yeah,
because you want result.
he can make that difference. Yeah,
He
he
can
can make
make
that
that
difference.
difference. Yeah,
But he's
you
not.
respect. Mhm.
Yeah, he hasn't really been very good. Like Bobby said, he hasn't been very good. I haven't seen him tracking back as much either defensively. If you saw the difference between him and Felix, massive difference. So that tells me something's not quite right there.
But Dante, let's say this, irrespective of how fit he is, I think would it be right to say that Felix is more of a creator than he is naturally?
No, they're both very good. They're both very good, technically sound, left foot, right foot. They can do it on both feet. Probably Felix slightly, yes. Probably a little bit Felix, a little bit more. But
More of a creator.
Cole
Yeah,
Palmer's
I
right
would
up
say
there as
that
well. There's
really.
not much difference between them at all.
But yeah. But I'd rather play Felix in a 10 than him, really.
Palmer would have another 10 assists in this season if Madueke and a couple of players in Nkunku Jackson put the goals away. He would have another 10 easily assists. So, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he still does that playmaking very well. He can see a pass. He can, put it slow, fast in the path. He does it very well in that position. But he hasn't been doing it very well lately. Even the passing, he had a really good pass on the weekend. But other than that, yeah, for his very high standards, the passes were hitting the man every time.
Was it again? Would I say? Is it just me, or was you can say first 15, 20 to 25 minutes of that game more like scattergun from both teams? A lot of mistakes from, especially us. We made a lot of mistakes the first 15 minutes or so, right?
Yes and no. That was down to credit to them. They pressured us a lot, and you heard Maresca say in the press conference,
And
we
it
did not
worked.
follow his game
They
plan.
had the opportunity to actually score the first goal.
They did, and Jorgensen came up with a very crucial save in that one. That was a really
Point
top
blank
class save.
save, really.
And then in the second half, he made another the second half they started, he saved another really good shot because it would have been 3-2. So that would have, yeah. So Jorgensen, yeah, did very well at crucial times. But yeah, that it is what it is.
In your opinion, Dante, who scored the best goal on the day?
The best goal? Can't remember right now, coach. Not sure. Disasi, no. Palmer, definitely not.
I would
Nkunku,
say Sancho, given
Probably
how
Sancho.
difficult.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
maybe
say.
Sancho
the
shoot
angle.
first time while the keeper didn't get time to settle his feet. He was, and just a first time shot,
And the
which
angle
we
too.
lack a lot. We never take first time shots. And if Noni just did that, first time shots like Sancho did there, he would have so many more goals on the right foot. Sancho showed you there. You don't give the keeper time to settle and put his feet down, and that's exactly what happened. And he beat him with the near post because of that.
Yeah. Let's look at the except if anybody on the panel that want to say something deferring. But let's look at Jorgensen's numbers. Did I hear Bobby say something to the effect of the manager saying when asked whether Jorgensen will start against Sports and he said no? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Bobby, did you say that?
yeah, coach. Yeah, Bobby said it as
Okay,
Yeah,
well.
he
okay.
said no. He said the only person that everybody will know is sure to start is Sanchez and then 10 others. He didn't talk about the others. So
Mm.
Sanchez is starting.
Man, this man, I just love him really. So okay, he played for 90 minutes, saves 3 in total, goals considered 1. I wouldn't blame him for that. XG faced 1.84, goals prevented 0.84. That's huge in my opinion. Accurate passes 14 out of 17, 82 in total. Accurate long balls 1 out of 3. That's poor, but I wouldn't blame him. Diving save 2, saves into the inside the box 3, acted as a sweeper none. I think there was no need for 1. Throws for high claim 1. I don't know him for high claim, and I'm paying attention to see whether he improves in that aspect. Recoveries 6. Okay, touches in total 25. I think he had an excellent game. Rated 7.2. Who was that? I think we should look at Noni Madueke because we discussed him at length. Let's see what the numbers tell us. I know eye test suggested that he was a bit, in my opinion, from what I guess my observation, he was a bit too selfish as usual, in my opinion. Rated 8.7, he played 72 minutes. Yeah, okay. Whether that suggests he played the next game, I don't know. Goals 1, assists 1, total shots 7 shots in total. Yeah, I'm not just gonna say that's reflective of the fact that he was a bit too selfish. It wouldn't make sense because I cannot you can say present each opportunity each time he took a shot and how that went. Was anybody saying something on the panel?
No, but look at that. Look where he took those shots from, coach. Do you see something
The
familiar there?
angles, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
always
the
cutting on the
same
left.
place, yeah. Good observation, and I did a good tapping there. But go ahead if you want to elaborate on that.
No. It's very predictable for defenses what he does. As from against good defenses, it's very predictable. So he's always going to do that at that same spot. He's going to cut in and shoot. And a lot of those shots, all of them were blocked except the one that went in, obviously. The other one and the one he had with the keeper, basically alone, shot it straight at the keeper. But the other ones were all blocked. So it's a bit predictable. He's not that hard to defend, to be honest. So, and we saw that in that stretch of 6 games that he had like 5 or 6 shots in each of those games and zero impact. So he's become predictable, and I thought he turned the corner at the start of the season when he started using his right more. I thought he turned that corner, scored the hat trick with his right, 2 goals. I'm like, finally got to the right foot. That's going to change his game to the next level. He hasn't used it since. He hasn't done it since. So
Yeah.
it's very predictable for a defender to when they scout reports on him. The better teams, even some it just depends on the matchup. But he's not that hard to defend, to be honest.
Yeah. And Ty, stay strong. Nothing will happen to you. I will continue to pray for you. Get well soon. I think you will overcome it, irrespective of whether it was inherited or not. You will just stay strong, okay? What else do we have here? So let's look at all the aspects of his game. Shot accuracy 5 out of 5. Big chances missed 4 in total. So he missed nearly 50% of our missed chances. We had the entire team missed nine big chances, so he missed 4. That's nearly 50% of it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Um,
basically.
block shot 2, touches 58 in total, touches in opposition box 16, successful dribbles 2 out of 4, 50%. At least he's not Raheem Sterling in that aspect. Um, hardly ever gets to 50%. Accurate crosses 0 out of 3. That's another telling
Yep.
metric there because he's on the flanks. He should have a lot more success in terms of crosses, but in most cases, he usually opts to shoot than try to find his teammate. And you could see his teammates frustrated in the inside the box. I think against if he plays under Pep Guardiola, he'll be forced to learn to always look up and try to find a teammate before shooting. Yeah.
I don't think Pep Guardiola will
Um,
play him, to be honest.
accurate long balls 1 out of 1, dispossessed 3 times. That corresponds to where's that aspect? But let me not waste my time there. Non-penalty XG 1.18. Defense, okay. Clearance is 0. Interceptions 2. That's fine. Defensive actions 4 in total. Recovery 6. Dribbled pass twice. Duels 1, 2. Duels lost 10. Ew. Okay. Randu's won 3 out of 12. That's not his thing, we know, and he's improving in that area too. To be honest, irrespective of what you think of him as a player. So, anybody else has anything else to talk about there? Why am I going to Enzo Maresca? I'm gonna go back here. Sorry, guys.
I don't know
Anybody
why
has
we're
any?
talking a lot about Noni. I would have focused a lot of my discussion on Jao Felix.
Okay,
I
well,
think
let's
he's
go
an
to him.
excellent player, but Felix is another one that kills his game because of his bad finishing. And I'd like
Yeah.
to see his stats. I'm surprised the person that well, I'm not surprised, but I would say if Noni missed 4 out of 5 chances, 4 out of the 9 chances, I'll say another 4 was probably Jao Felix and 1 to Nkunku. To be honest,
Nkunku had two. Palmer had one clear one. So it's there. The other ones had two. Yeah, two, two, one, and the 4. So yeah.
yeah, I mean Felix, that is the one thing in his game, and if he's expecting to be able to bench Cole Palmer, I think he really has to work on his finishing for sure.
And
You
that's
could
always been the
argue
problem
probably
with
he's
Bobby.
lucky. I don't think the manager is looking to bench. He's trying to find a way to have both on the pitch, and I think they combine together actually. Watch on occasions the chances that Cole Palmer but he wasn't lucky. It was Felix that found him. They
Yeah.
have good chemistry between them. I don't think Maresca is looking to bench one for the other, and he said that during one of his pre-game
Yeah,
presses.
yeah.
That
I
he's
mean,
looking for a way to find a solution in terms of having both on the pitch at the same time. But go ahead.
yeah. I mean, I didn't say anything at the time, but I do think that Felix is a better creator than Palmer. He certainly is. His pinpoint passing is more
Wow, I and
frequent.
Bobby just agreed on something today. Go ahead, Bobby.
No, I think so. His pinpoint passing is more frequent. Cole Palmer is definitely a more lethal finisher. He knows how to get into the positions and he knows how to finish and he can take accurate long range shots. But in terms of dribbling and passing and creating, it's Jao Felix all day long. Trouble with Jao Felix is that his finishing is terrible. He's an expert at hitting the post. I have never seen a player that can get to such great positions and hit the post with so much accuracy and frequency than
That one,
Joe
isn't it?
Felix.
Yeah.
Honestly, I knew Bobby was going to say that. And last season, last time before his second stint, he hit the woodwork more times than he scored for us. But go ahead, what you're
The
saying,
balls
Bobby.
keep hitting
That's
the woodwork,
hilarious.
coach, and the posts.
Sorry,
His balls keep hitting the post and the woodwork. Yes.
just leave me alone. You're going to that place, Bobby. Were you saying? Were you still talking, Bobby?
No, I've said what I have to say about him. I just felt he needs some attention because he was probably one of the brightest sparks in a game in terms of the in-game play. But the final ball, nah. in terms of finishing. I mean,
Finishing, but also Bobby assisting in that once he gets in that box to assist as well, and that's where he lacks exactly. He can assist from further away on the channels in behind, but when he gets in that box, his mind
yeah.
goes to let's do something fancy, and you can't do that. Then that's been him all his career basically, not
But can we
finishing
be
those and
honest?
being
I
trying
think
to
he
be
can still
cute and
get
fancy.
better. It's not like he's 29.
Yeah, I hope so, because
Mm.
if he does, he's going to be more than he's a good player already, but if he gets that right, he's going to be up there, right at the very top.
And I think the Maresca is the sort of manager that can get that to change. Because irrespective of the fact that he missed a couple of clear-cut chances, I think that's a good player there. He's an intelligent player, can pick up excellent pass if you make a move, can dictate the pace of a game too. He also can control a game for you. He has good vision. But go ahead, Dante, if you wanted to say something before we look at his numbers.
No, exactly what you said, Coach. Yeah, 100% agree. It's unfortunately he hasn't been successful, that successful at Atletico, but Barcelona because of that reason. Yeah, he's one of those players that's so talented technically. He always tries to make everything look a bit too cute and good, especially when he's finishing or trying to assist when he's in that box. Yeah, so that has been his big problem. It's continued, unfortunately. Hopefully, we can get that out of him and change it. But yeah, because otherwise, if he did have that part to his game, say like a Cole Palmer, when he can shoot like that and finish, yeah, he would have very similar numbers to Cole Palmer if he just had that same instinct.
His assist on the day was the one to Jadon Sancho, I remember. Could have had 3 assists actually, but he was unlucky.
No, that was
Yeah.
Coach,
Gusto to Sancho. Yeah.
Yeah, go
coach.
ahead. Go ahead, Ty.
When I was asking you, you were talking about Madueke and not Felix.
Sorry? Sorry, what did you say, Ty?
Right, you said something about. I was asking you about who you were talking about earlier. You said you were talking about Madueke because I heard you say something about he needs to work. He needs to work on his finishing. So I thought you were talking about Felix.
No, right now, Felix, actually. We're
So,
talking
okay,
Felix right now.
so
Yeah.
I'm confused. So I heard. Was it you or Dante saying something about why Felix didn't work out at Atletico Madrid, or was I hearing things? Because I've been hearing voices from
Dante said he
yesterday.
didn't work out at that, really. He didn't really work out at Atletico Madrid.
Okay, right, because right. So that's the thing. Because I was wondering. I'm kind of crazy.
I think Houston. I think he will succeed under Enzo Maresca because he's using him more like not really deep line playmaker, but he's using him. He's playing with freedom. Gets get closer to the ball, get the ball, then find you could say help us progress the ball. And I think he's done well in the last 2 games he's played for us. Yep, and he's still 25. I think he will be here until later on in his career, and I think he will improve. He played 90 minutes, assists, 1 total shots, a 3, and you can see he can shoot from everywhere. It's not is you can say shots indicator isn't crowded on a particular area, not concentrated on a particular area. Maybe accurate passes 36 out of 39, 92%. He's that good, really. Chances created 3 in total, not bad. Anything important here to look at? Fantasy point, we don't need that. Shot accuracy 0 out of 3 attempts. Big chances missed, 2 big chances. Touches 54 in total. Touches in opposition box 6. Successful dribbles 1 out of 3. That's unusual. Passes into the final third 7. Accurate long balls 1 out of 1. 100%, of course. Yeah. Defense tackles 1 out of 250%, not bad. Interceptions 2, not bad. Defensive actions 6 in total. Recoveries 6 in total. Duels won, 7 duels lost. For grand duels won, 7 out of 10. 70%. That's good. He was fouled 4 times, 4 fouls committed twice. So he had a good game, even though he missed those chances. It wasn't a bad day, but I understand where Bobby's coming from. He needs that to be part of his game. We cannot be every week talking about how he hit the woodwork or how he got chances and missed it. But I think he needs to, if the manager shows him he trusts him as he's doing right now, I think he will come good eventually. Come good doesn't mean he's been bad in terms of putting away chances that come his way, and not just be playing as if the woodwork is the target. If he hits the woodwork, it counts as a goal. Okay, who else do you guys want us to look at? Anybody else want to speak about Joao Felix?
Nope, all good.
And I'm sure the manager took off Cucurella because probably he definitely will play against the Tottenham.
100%, yes. Yes, he will need him.
Yeah. Any other person we want to look at their numbers, or shall we call it a day?
Yeah, Cucurella will be marking probably the best player this season, Kulusevski, so he'll need to play. That guy's got speed, technique, everything. So, yeah, he would definitely need to play in that left back for that reason.
I don't want to see the pairing of Tosin and Disasi, even though Disasi bring physicality, height, aerial ability, but he was still shaky.
Yeah, and I did say pre-game show, coach, they're going to target him. They're going to target that side. And where was 85% of the attack from them? There on his side. So they did try to target him. He did okay. Like you said, a few times he got beaten and got caught out of position, fell down again, didn't keep his feet. So they're still, but hey, look, he got the goal. He didn't do too bad overall. We won't know because the second half really was finished already. So we don't know what would have happened in the second half, but they did target him. 85% of their attacks were on that, him and Gusto. Yeah, but basically they were going after Disasi, like I said.
Yeah,
it nearly worked. Those 15 minutes, it nearly worked.
Sorry, what were you saying?
So the first 15 minutes when they were all over on that side, it nearly worked. Jorgensen pulled up that crucial save. So, yeah, they would have gone 1-0 up otherwise.
Yeah, he was shaky. So I don't know, anybody else has anything else they want us to talk about? Otherwise, we're calling it a day. Anybody? All right. Bobby, how about you? Anything else? I'm guessing no. And Ty, anything else you want us to talk about?
No, nothing else. It's just that for sure Disasi is not starting against Spurs.
Yeah, I don't think he should.
He'll be on the bench.
Not at all. I'd rather Tosin and one of the other guys I think would be all right. Or even, but let's see what happens. All right, Ty, anything else? Are you good? All right. Thank you to all of you for finding the time to participate in today's edition of the Blue Morning Show. Thank you, Mabas05. Thank you, Namaya Fawale. I appreciate you. Ty, thank you. The legendary Bobby also on the panel, and the captain of the house, and Constantine Dantu. Big up to you. And Rain, I appreciate you all. And if I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Cheers. Take care, guys.
In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the